Welcome, everyone, to the campus of Leander High School for tonight's contest between the Leander Lions and the Eastview Patriots. For some reason, I don't have much of volume on my mic there. Let me check something real quick. One. Hopefully that's not an overall issue. No, volume's up there. I'm not sure what the issue is there.
I hear it loud here.
Yeah. Well, we can turn down it in our earpiece, so that's not an issue. But it is very loud. But we're going to go on ahead and keep it at this level because I have to make sure it reaches a certain level for the stream. We do have a crowd mic. We're going to bring you senior night. But we're going to go on ahead and knock out the sponsors real quick. For tonight's game, the gold sponsors are Mercy Veterinary Hospital, online at mercy-vet.com. The other gold sponsor is RDZ Roofing, online at rdzroofing.com. Our silver sponsors include Raising Canes, Mechanical Roofing and Exteriors, as well as Seven Brew Coffee. Then our bronze sponsors include Texas State Optical, Austin Telco Federal Credit Union, Sisk Robb Incorporated, and that is JT Reisdorf there with State Farm. Our fourth bronze sponsor. Then our podcast sponsors this year were Guaco Taco Daddy's Chicken Shack, Lucky Rabbit, and Marco's Pizza. So we want to thank all of those podcast sponsors for all of their fine food and to host us at their location. Our Lion Football 2025 Roll Pride sponsor is Plains Capital Bank, online at plainscapital.com. And the Lion Pride sponsors include Great American Cookies and Marble Slab Creamery, as well as Blue Bottom Pools, Toyota of Cedar Park, Leander Orthodontics, La Chaparita Meat Market, and Leander Veterinary Clinic. And as I mentioned, it is senior night here as the Lions host the Eastview Patriots. Eastview Patriots playing for that second playoff spot here tonight. They only have the one loss on the season. Let's go on ahead while we still have a couple of minutes and look at some of our graphics, Juan. Of course, tonight's game, as we mentioned, the Lions take on the Eastview Patriots. Lions 2-4, 3-6 on the year. The Patriots 4-2 in district and 6-3 on the season. The games from last week. Those games included a loss by Chaparral to the Glen Grizzlies. The Georgetown Eagles had a shootout with the Lake Belton Broncos. That one 50-40, a 90-point output in that game. Rouse able to take down Eastview last Friday by a score of 24-21. Obviously, Eastview looking ahead to this Leander matchup tonight. And some non-district games, Vandergrift just took Westwood out to the woodshed. And Hutto barely beat Vista Ridge by a point. Liberty Hill on top of Crockett 67-7. Our district standings at the moment, the Lions there in sixth place, I believe, at 2-4. Georgetown on top and ranked 10 in the state. Cedar Park right there at second. Eastview hoping that Cedar Park loses tonight and that they could get an opportunity. But although Cedar Park already has that tiebreaker because one of those losses on Eastview was Eastview beat Cedar Park in the last second. Yes. So Eastview, if they get a win tonight and Cedar Park loses, they'll be in that number 2 spot for the playoffs. So the Lions looking to play spoiler and maybe even assist one of their biggest rivals in the Cedar Park Timberwolves. So let's look at the team stats. You see there Cedar Park leading the district in scoring. Lions down there in 7, averaging 22.2 points a game. The points allowed, Georgetown holding up the front there with a 21.5 average given up, and Leander there in 6th in district, giving up an average of 35.5 points. Individually, the Lions have Camarion Gordon with 10 touchdowns on the season. Mason Montgomery has 9. Dominic Jaramillo has 3 tackles a game. The team leader with an 8.3 average is Liam Walters. Evan Perkins right there near him with 7.8 a game. And then Luis Ruiz Williams rounding out the top three with 6.6 tackles a game. In the receiving category, we have the receiver Dominic Jaramillo, senior, averaging 57.7 a game. Isaac Montgomery averaging 29 a game, and Aiden Passe right below him at 28.7. Rushing yards per game, Kamarion Gordon averaged about 110.4 this season. Mason Montgomery on the ground got 67.3, and Liam Gaither averaged 17.5, and that's through 9 games, not including tonight's contest, obviously. And so, as I mentioned, we are going to be bringing you the senior ceremony. As has been the case all season, we've struggled with crowd mic issues. We do have what sounds like crowd music coming through on the stream, and so hopefully all of that will be clear, especially for those relatives that are out of the area that have no other way to witness this recognition of their senior family member. I just want to just kind of run down while we still have a few minutes. There's a lot of seniors on this team. We're looking at a total of 39 seniors. So that's a big turnover. I've seen them pretty big. That's one of the bigger ones. Usually it's around 25 to 30, but we're looking at close to 40 here for this season. And so next season, the Lion season will be over after tonight, this football season. In fact, the Lion Nation podcast will be moving over to the hardwood. We'll be lacing up some basketball shoes, some Air Jordans, I guess. Those are a little narrow for me, but I won't be out there suiting up anytime soon.
Yeah,
anyway.
I won't either. I'm no good at basketball.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is, right?
I can't even hit a trash can.
So we're going to take a brief break, and we're going to bring you the action on the field with the ceremony. So stay with us here on SHN Sports, your home for Lion football. We'll be right back.
Aiden Passett is escorted by parents Megan and Nicholas Passett, sisters Emma and Hannah. He will be attending Texas State University, hoping to get into PT school. Jay Coates is escorted by parents Jay and Serenity Coates. After high school, he will attend college and pursue a degree in cybersecurity. Connor Krebs is escorted by parents Courtney and Hans Krebs. After high school, he plans to study construction science in college. Charlie Nichols is escorted by his dad. After high school, he plans to attend ACC for 2 years, then transfer to Texas A&M. Brayden Maricini is escorted by parents Kristen and Jeff Maricini. His sister Katie. After graduation, he will go to school to become a physical therapist. Louise Williams is escorted by parents Stephanie Williams and George Ruiz Carranco and grandfather Wes Williams. After high school, he plans to attend Texas A&M and study finance. James Washington is escorted by his moms Tasha Graham and Mary Blankenship and brother Lana Cottrell. After high school, he plans to join the Marines. Evan Michael is escorted by parents Galen and Catherine. After high school, he plans to go to school and become a civil engineer. Thomas Moss is escorted by Tiffany and Michael and brother Kevin. After high school, he plans to major in radiology textbooks, starting at ACC and transferring to UNC. Jeffrey Moffitt is escorted by parents Susan and Jeff Moffitt. After high school, he plans to study engineering. Kristen Nosbach is escorted by parents Laura and Chris Nosbach. After high school, he plans to attend Texas State University. Caleb Lemire is escorted by parents Megan and Lincoln Lemire. After graduation, he will attend lineman school in Denton.
Sorry about that crowd mic if it's giving you any feedback or static. We did the best we could with the equipment we have. Traditionally, these press boxes have a crowd mic. You just plug a a mic cord from your soundboard into the wall, and there's a speaker or a mic rather on the outside of the press box. They've always worked really well when they are functioning, and for like the last, 4 or 5 years, we really haven't had one here, and I ask all the time, and they say they put in orders, but it never seems to get resolved. And if I sound bitter, I'm sorry. It is one of those things, but we will bring you all of the action tonight. It is senior night, as we mentioned, and you saw that ceremony, and again, I apologize if the crowd noise was bad for you, but I want to run through these seniors. I mentioned there were 39 of them, so this could go throughout the night, but we've got about a little over 15 minutes until the opening kickoff, and I'll see what we can get in pre-kickoff. So first is number 0, Case Schneider. He was escorted by his parents, Megan and Ben. He plans to go to college for kinesiology and become a physical therapist. It does not say where he's going to go. Mason Montgomery wears number 1. He was escorted by his parents, Melissa and Michael, and his sister, Megan. After high school, he plans to pursue dental school. Well, he may be seeing me soon then if he gets out. Well, I guess it takes about 7 years to get out of there, though. Dominic Jaramillo wears number 2, and he was escorted by his parents, a sister and grandfather. He plans to pursue dual sports in college while getting his aviation and commercial pilot's license. They could use some air traffic controllers these days, apparently. So Tyree Smith, not much pay apparently. Tyree Smith was escorted by his family. He wears number 3. He plans to play football in college, and he's going to study accounting. Always need accountants. That's how you keep them criminals in line. Nick Winton wears number 4. He was escorted by his parents, Ashley and Matt. He plans to study automotive engineering in college. We talked to him earlier in the season. It was a fun interview. Number 4 cornerback Nick Winton. Then we got Liam Neeson.
He's taken.
He's taken. He's got this guy has a particular set of skills. Liam Walters. He was escorted by his parents Lisa and Lucas, as well as his sister Bella. He's going to go. We had an interview with him as well. He's going to study mining engineering, and we talked to him a little bit about the Colorado School of Mines and MIT, and there were a couple of others that he was interested in, if I recall correctly. Then we got Jackson Arnold. He wears number 6. He was escorted by Jasper, Jaden, Jack, and Emaparo Arnold. He plans to study mechanical engineering in college. Tyler Moorman wears 7. He's escorted by his parents, Christine and Billy. His brothers were there as well, Colton and Kyle. After high school, he plans to pursue a bachelor's in communication and then go to law school. So he's going to be in college for quite a while. If he needs to discuss financing, that's my day job. So number 8, Malachi Ramos. He was escorted by his parents, Veronica and Tony Ramos. After graduation, he plans to attend TCU for business and finance. Boy, he's going to have a lot of fun there at TCU. Fort Worth is a cool town. It's there in the Metroplex, and that school's got a lot of pretty girls there. Chase Milne wears number 9. He was escorted by his parents, Kimberly and Laurent Milne. After high school, he plans to major in finance and work in banking. Wearing number 11, Emmanuel Ugo was escorted by his father Mike and his brother Kevin. He plans to become a nurse, anesthetist. That word's not in my vocabulary.
How to spell that.
Yeah. I would fail that one in the test. Wearing number 12, Jaden Conley. He was escorted by Renee Jarvis and John. He plans in college to get a degree in sports management and become a sports agent. That's a good way to make a lot of money right there. You're going to be fighting with a lot of attorneys in that profession. So Evan Perkins, the next on the list, wearing number 15. He was escorted by his parents, Erica and Raymond Perkins. He plans to attend Texas State. He's going to major in finance, and we talked to him a little bit about that earlier in the year. Wearing number 18, Liam Gaither was escorted by Bridget and James, as well as his sister Nora. He plans to attend the University of Arkansas, which I feel bad for him for, and major in finance. Actually, we talked to him about that, and that's not a bad campus there in Fayetteville. In fact, my former broadcast partner's youngest son in attendance there. In fact, he may be real close to graduation. So Aiden Passe, the next on the list, wearing number 19, escorted by his parents Megan and Nicholas, as well as his sisters Emma and Hannah. He will attend Texas State as well, and he's hoping to get into physical therapy school. Wearing number 20, I believe, yes, Jay Coates, escorted by his parents, Jay and Serenity Coates, as well as his sister Journey. After high school, he plans to attend college and pursue a degree in cybersecurity, which is a massive need as we advance technologically. So Connor Krebs, the next on our list. Connor wears number 22, who's escorted by his parents Courtney and Hans. After high school, he plans to study construction science. Charlie Nickel, wearing number 25, he was escorted by his dad. After high school, he plans to attend ACC for 2 years and transfer to become an Aggie. Then we got Braden Maricini, wearing number 28, escorted by his parents Kristen and Jeff Maricini. He had his sister Kaylee out there as well. He's going to go to college to become a physical therapist. Louis Ruiz Williams, wearing number 29, was one of the seniors tonight. He was escorted by his parents Stephanie Williams and Jorge Ruiz Caranco, and his grandfather Wes Williams. After high school, he plans to attend Texas A&M to study finance. James Washington, he wore number 37, which was James Washington, the Cowboys number back in the day. He was escorted by Coach Daniel Lopez. After high school, he's going to join the Marines. Semper Fi, brother. Evan Michael, wearing number 41, was escorted by his parents Kaylin and Catherine Michael, and after high school he plans to go to school to become a civil engineer, so he'll hopefully fix some of these traffic problems here in the Austin area. Number 42, Thomas Moss, was escorted by his parents Tiffany and Michael, his brother Kevin. He plans to major in radiology technicals, starting at ACC and then going to the University of North Texas, where one of my sons graduated from. Jeffrey Moffrit, he wears number 52. He's escorted by his parents Susan and Jeff, and after high school he plans to study engineering. Tristan Nazapak wears number 53, escorted by his parents Laura and Chris, and after high school he plans to attend Texas State, though, so that's the third Texas State Lion football player headed down. Caleb Lemire, wearing number 55, escorted by his parents Megan and Lincoln. He's going to go to the lineman school in Denton for his post-high school career. Connor Black, wearing number 56, escorted by his parents Lindsay and Jay, as well as his sisters Hannah and Abby. And he's going to go to college, but it does not say where. Dustin Stanton, wearing number 60, is escorted by his parents, Brandy and Robert Stanton, and as well as Sherry Stanton. And after high school, he will attend the EMT and fire school. And I think we talked to him about that earlier this year. Let's see. How's it looking down there? They're not ready to run through. So Dexter Honeycutt wears number 64, escorted by Paige Sullivan and Andrew Hamilton. After high school, he's going to join the Marines as well. Dane Caldwell wears number 65, escorted by his mother Danita and his siblings Dean and Danae, excuse me for that. And after graduation, he plans to get his pilot's license and work for Southwest Airlines, where he can be a stand-up comic. No, I'm just kidding. They do like to cut jokes, those pilots for Southwest. So Easton Brockman is the next on the list. He was escorted by his mother, Brandy McDonald. After high school, he plans to attend college to play football and pursue academic excellence. Elan Williams, number 71, was escorted by his brother Odell Williams. He plans to attend college. Then we have Lane Bagby, number 73, escorted by his parents Robert, and then his sibling Kelly. After graduation, he's going to go to ACC Jacob Wells, wearing number 76, was escorted by his parents, Bill and Victoria. He plans to attend Texas Tech to study construction management. We talked to him about that earlier in the year. Go back and watch those podcasts if you want to see those interviews. Javier Gonzalez was escorted by his parents, Juliana and Guillermo, and his siblings, Noah and Paolo. And he, after he graduated, he plans to attend trade school. Does not say where. Dilraj Sandhu is escorted by Coach Brady Spencer and Silver Aguirre. After high school, he plans to get his undergrad at UT Austin, then go to dental school to become a dentist. Virgil Garcia, he was escorted by his parents, Michelle Yu and Virgil Garcia. After high school, he plans to attend college. And then the big man, Timon Lawson, was escorted by Tamisha Lawson and Natasha McLean. After graduation, he plans to attend Charleston Southern University to study marketing. That's pretty specific. He must have an offer or something there.
Right.
And here come the Lions just in time to finish out the seniors. I couldn't ask for better timing to end that list of seniors as we are prepared to get underway here shortly to bring you tonight's action. We'll see if the Lions have much energy left. They're strictly playing for pride here tonight, and you would hope that as a Lion you have some value in your pride, right? And I mean it goes with the grouping of Lions. A family of Lions are referred to as a pride. So they're playing for pride tonight. While Eastview happens to be playing for playoff positioning, they have an opportunity to make the playoffs with a win tonight. They haven't clinched yet, but they get a win tonight, they're in. Even if they lose tonight, they're likely in, depending on how things shake out. The Rouse Raiders, who beat Eastview this past week, are hoping the Lions can take down Eastview. Rouse plays against the Chaparral. What were they? The Wildcats? No, the Bobcats. The Chaparral Bobcats, who haven't won a game all season or a district game all season, and it looks like they've really mailed it in. So if the Lions can get an upset here tonight, they really do their rival, the Rouse Raiders, a big favor and give them an opportunity for that fourth playoff spot. So you don't play for that reason, though, right? You're not worried about what might happen to Rouse. You just want to go 1-0 on the day that you've got your game.
Yeah, Rouse actually plays Glenn tonight.
Okay, Rouse plays Glenn, so that's likely going to be a win, although you never know in that game because it is a rivalry game, and it looks like we're going to have the national anthem again. I apologize if the crowd mic's not working the greatest. School song first.
Yeah, I got some stats on that last game, Rouse versus Eastview. The quarterback for Eastview, he was 11 of 20 for 197 yards. And he runs a lot, too. He had 8 carries for 60 yards and a touchdown. Running back number 5 had 10 carries for 72 yards and a touchdown. And they have 2 receivers that were taking the load. Number 2, he had 2 receptions for 83 yards and a touchdown. And number 3, Blaylock, he had 3 receptions for 78 yards. And on the defensive side, they had 3 guys that were credited for a sack on the line. So the unit's going to have to come with it tonight.
Yeah, that's a 7-yard average for their running back. You got to have to control that average and keep that to a minimum. It looks like the anthem as the ROTC here at Leander take the colors onto the field. We'll turn it over to the iffy crowd mic to see if we can bring you the national anthem. It looks like the choir's making their way out onto the field as well, but I don't see a microphone, so I don't know. Oh, yeah, there it is. The teacher's got it up there in the front. They haven't been that great regardless, those microphones. They're real touchy. And that's one of the issues with sports broadcasting is you set up an equipment in a studio, it stays there. You just got to keep the dust off of it, right?
Yeah. When
you're moving the equipment, you're packing it up, you're throwing it in your truck, and it starts to wear on it. And this equipment, we've had it this is the 5th year of the equipment, which is probably coming to its life cycle, although I think we could probably get another year or two out of it.
That duct tape, get it right.
Yeah. Well, and I think if you can piecemeal some things, like, because I really think the crowd mic is more of a board issue than a laptop or a software issue, because if those wires get loose inside on that board, you got to know what you're doing, and you got to take that off, and you got to do some soldering, and you could really mess some things up. So we'll turn it over to the PA. Well, it wasn't terrible. There's a lot of wind blowing on that mic out there, and that's just one of the things we're going to have to deal with here tonight. There is a little bit of a breeze blowing. The Lions set out the flags every home game, pre-home game, and so you can kind of see along the side. It looks like it's kind of blowing from the northeast. It's going to be kind of across the field coming from the Eastview side towards the Leander stands, and so that's where the mic is, and of course it's going to hear any wind, because I didn't put a windscreen on it. We used two mics, and we were having some issues, and it is what it is. Here we are. Everything's running now, and it appears to be providing all that we need. It looks like the captains are getting ready to make their way out onto the field. I didn't get a list, but it looks like it's going to be Easton Brockman, Dominic Jaramillo, Michael Evan, Evan Michael, Tyler Mormon. I already mentioned Easton Brockman, Dominic Jaramillo, and our honorary game captain is Bryce Molina. The captains are joined at the top of the numbers by our senior class. Give them a big hand, because you see that is a big senior class that's going to be playing for Pride here tonight. Big opportunity for these gentlemen. For the Eastview Patriots, it looks like we've got number 58, or 56 rather, that's Trey Marshall. And I think that was 6, Sam Arnett, but it could have been 8. Let me see if once they get done with the pleasantries, if I can get a number. It looks like 22 and 6 are the other captains, so I was correct with Sam Arnett. And the other captain is Blake Honeycutt, the senior running back, number 22. And there's the coin toss. Eastview has won the toss, I believe. It was what the signal looked like. And they've elected to receive it. So the Lions will be kicking from the south end of AC Bible to start tonight's ball game. And we are just ready to get underway. There'll be the 1 minute quick huddle on the sidelines, and the special teams will be out, and we'll get this final game of the 2025 Leander Lion football season out of the way. I just want to remind those who follow multiple sports and listen to these broadcasts across sports, we will be starting the basketball season a week from tonight. I don't want to misinform, so I don't have the schedule in front of me, but it should be a week from tonight. I'm not sure if that's a road game or a home game.
It's a home game.
It's a home game. Do you know who we're playing?
I believe it's Vista Ridge.
So they'll be playing against that. That's a typical early season opponent. The Lions have a little bit of a rivalry with the 6A sister school, the Vista Ridge Rangers, but the Lions tend to own the advantage on the hardwood against the Rangers, and we'll see if that continues for this season. Of course, it's a pre-district game. It is a rivalry game. You want to win, obviously.
Montgomery plays for the basketball team.
He does. Usually he doesn't play in that first game. There's a little bit of a transition. The conditioning is quite a bit different in basketball. There's a lot more starting and stopping, and you're on a different surface. And so usually, over his career, and there's a quick onside attempt, and the Lions have it at midfield. Yep. It was tipped into the air, and coming out with it is Nick Winton, one of those seniors here tonight. And so the Lions will get an extra opportunity with a football to start the game here.
Hey, that's exactly how you write it up right there. Just how you want to start the game right there on
I was
night.
wondering the way that Rene Rodriguez was kind of setting that football on the tee. I didn't want to jinx it or anything, but, boy, he didn't waste any time. And one of the Eastview Patriots had a hand on that football, and he tipped it back across the 50 where Nick Winton was waiting to catch it and cradle it in his arms. So the Lions will have Jay Coates at running back beside Mason Montgomery here tonight. It's going to be a handoff to Coach straight ahead, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Not a whole lot there in the middle. Cleaning up the tackle was one of the captains for Eastview tonight, Sam Arnett. Second down. Lions quickly back in formation. Coach the running back. Two receivers either side of the formation. It looks like Montgomery's going to make the play call there at the line of scrimmage as he moves towards the line of scrimmage, then back into a shotgun. Coach moves to his left. They fake to Coach. Pass over the center on that seam is complete to number 18 for the Lions, Liam Gaither, for a first down to the 33-yard line of the Patriots.
Oh, Lions are going NASCAR on this one.
Yeah, they're going to look at some tempo here. Patriots kind of showing a little bit of a blitz look there, and the Lions will tighten up the formation after that look. There's the snap. They're going to fake to Coates. It's a pitch to Gaither. He has a hole on the right side. He's going to carry it down to the 22 for a first down. Nice little misdirection as they faked a handoff to Gaither coming to the near side, or to Coates coming to the near side, and Gaither got the pitch from Montgomery. Had a nice hole on the right side of the line. The Lions with another first down inside Patriot territory at the 22. Clock moving at 10:47. Shotgun formation, basically a pistol. There's the snap, and the handoff's going to go to Coates. He finds a little seam in the middle, and he'll carry it up over the 20 to about the 17-yard line. Nice gain of 5 yards there on first down. If you can stay ahead of the chains, I like our odds. This offense can be explosive. When they get behind the chains, they struggle.
Well, they're definitely making a statement right now.
They definitely want to take advantage of the opportunity that was presented with the onside kick, one that they took more than it was presented. Tight formation again for Montgomery. There's the snap, fake to Coates. Montgomery rolls to his right, throws it complete to Gaither down to the 10, around the 8 where he'll be tackled. It'll be first and goal Lions.
That big old heavy dose of Gaither on this drive right here. I mean, he's been steady Eddie all season.
Yes, sir. And number 6, Arnett on the stop for the Patriots. Lions back in formation. This is an empty set for Montgomery. 3 receivers on the narrow side of the formation. And then Gaither is going to move to the backfield, or the other side of the formation. Coates will come back into the backfield as they get back in that tight formation. We hadn't seen this all year, so Eastview hadn't either. Montgomery's going to keep it He's down inside the 5 to about the 4, where it'll be 2nd and goal.
Yeah, them Lions are definitely keeping these Eastview defenders on their toes right now. They don't know what's going on.
Well, and I think this formation has really got Eastview confused. They didn't see it on film because it didn't exist. Maybe in 1 or 2 plays, but I don't recall it. There's a snap, a handoff to Coates. He's coming to the near side, cuts up behind guard. He's going to carry it down to about the 2, where it'll be 3rd and goal. And so the Lions will bring out some heavy guys here. It looks like they'll probably go for it on 2 plays here. I don't know that you go for a field goal here in the final week of the season. It doesn't make a difference. Try to get those points and get advantage from that onside kick. 2-back set for Montgomery. There's a snap. They're going to hand it to Timon Lawson for a touchdown. The big man.
The fridge right there. You got to love to see that right there.
Big fella touchdowns are always something that should be celebrated, and that was a very refrigerator Perry moment for Timon Lawson.
This is the best thing about big man touchdowns is the big man celebrations right there.
Oh, yeah, and he's going to get to go dunk him one of them golden basketballs here on the sideline in a few moments in celebration of the effort. It's going to be hard to tackle that guy.
He's calling for it right now. He's let me get that ball, coach.
Oh, and the Lions go for 2. And they have a little bit of a problem. The ball's on the ground, and the Patriots scoop it up at the 30, at the 40. Lions do have a defender. The returner cuts up at the 20. He is going to return it for 2 points. I see no flags on the field. The Lions had set up for the point after. The snapper pitched it or they snapped to the kicker or something happened, and he pitched it to a back coming across the middle, but the ball dropped to the ground on that pitch and was scooped up by the Patriots. The Lions had a well-designed 2-point conversion there. Instead of 6, 7, or 8-0, instead it's going to be 6-2. And so the Lions will be kicking off with a 6-2 lead, 8:31 remaining here in the first quarter of tonight's ball game. You still got to, that if you're Eastview, that gives you a little bit of momentum back. But as the Lions, you still got to be pretty satisfied with the way things have gone so far.
Yeah, that defense right there didn't even stand a chance. I don't think there was one stop by that defense on that drive right there.
If you had told me 3.5 minutes in the game we're ahead 6-2, I'm like, let's do it then.
Yeah, what are the chances of that score?
Yeah, well,
no, yeah.
I would have taken it. I would have said, are we talking baseball?
Right.
But
no, that was awesome right there. That was great. Great drive right there by the Lions on senior night right there.
Now let's see if they can keep that intensity up all night. And looks like Eastview's worried about another onside. They've got their returners are going to drop back now to about the 20. One of those is Josiah Bowens, and the other appears to be Sam Williams. And it will be another onside attempt, and this one is going to get through that front line of Eastview Patriots untouched and bounce out of bounds at the 45 where a flag will drop down. Obviously, you can't kick a kickoff out of bounds intentionally without a penalty.
I love it. I love the
no, I like it
right
too.
Now.
I think it's evident that, and if Eastview was unaware, or any fans really unaware, that the Lions are going to gamble tonight. There's no reason not to, and it looks like they're going to try to take advantage as much as they can. Eastview will come out in formation for their first possession. The quarterback, number 1, Guerrero.
Yeah, Guerrero, you got to watch out.
I don't know how to say that first name. Cormis Guerrero is going to hand off to number 22 off the left side. It's going to be a gain of about 2 yards. That's Blake Honeycutt, the running back. They're going to give him to the line 48, so make it a gain of 3. That'll bring up second down for the Eastview Patriots here on their opening drive. So Guerrero in a pistol formation with number 22, Honeycutt, behind him. Then he'll move him to his right and send him out in motion. They're going to throw a screen pass to Honeycutt. He cuts in, but he gets lit up there by number 15, Evan Perkins. after a short gain, and he's not something. He hurt something, and it looks like he may be grabbing his leg or something. But we'll take a break from the field camera, and we'll bring you the scoreboard.
You hate to see that. The defense looks fired up right now. I mean, they're firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, and that gain there on the play was for a couple of yards. It's going to result in a 3rd and 5 after the injury timeout. Eastview, if they make the postseason, you hope that Honeycutt is not seriously injured and able to participate in that postseason run for the Patriots. If they don't, you hope that he's okay and can enjoy the remainder of senior year. It is a dangerous sport. Jaden Daniels was on the cusp of a really serious career as a quarterback for the Washington Redskins and had a very serious elbow injury.
Any quarterback that plays for the Washington team is RG3. He was injury
and
prone.
Go even further than that.
Yeah.
Joe Theismann famously had almost died. Alex Smith also, he almost died.
His leg was,
and it was the same leg injury that Joe Theismann suffered. So both of them career-ending. Well, Alex Smith actually came back and played for one season, I think. So he wanted to be able to show that he could, and he did. It's pretty impressive. And it does look like Blake Honeycutt is up, although he's being assisted. It does look like to be a leg injury. So we'll include him in our prayers and certainly our thoughts. So coming out of the injury timeout, it'll be 3rd and about 5 yards. The Patriots need to get down to the 41. They are currently scrimmaging at the 46. Both teams are huddled on the sideline. And the Lions crowd, one of the things that you can tell the program's improving is is game attendance. This game is not a playoff, or if we win we go to the playoffs. It doesn't have any thing like that tied to it. It's just another high school football game. But this is a bigger crowd than what we were getting 5 years ago, and when the games were early and everything was still available ahead of you. So the Patriots will come out in a pistol with 2 receivers top of the formation and an H-back as well, all on that side. The new running back, number 5, Javion Clater, and they're going to hand to him, and he's going to get stacked up for a loss in the backfield all the way to the 50. A whole pride of Lions in on that stop. Leading the charge is still fired up from his touchdown, the big man, number 99, Timon Lawson. It'll be 4th down, and the Patriots will bring the punting unit out. You like the first 2 possessions for Leander.
I mean, this is awesome. This is awesome for the seniors. This is awesome for Friday night tonight. I mean,
one of the concerns here is Guerrero, the quarterback, is the punter, a la Danny White back in the 80s for the Cowboys, but he will punt it away. Gets a nice little spiral. Hernandez is going to wave everyone off, and it's going to bounce out of bounds at the 15-yard line of Leander, where the Lions will take over with 6:36 remaining in a 6-2 ball game. And no, we're not playing baseball. The baseball season is over. The Dodgers knocked off the Toronto Blue Jays and kept the
that was a good game right there.
Major League Baseball World Championship in the United States of America, which was where it belongs.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah. I'm not a Dodger fan, although a former Dodger baseball player or a former Lion baseball player is in the Dodgers organization in one of the Ruin Boys pitching. I think he's in Double-A at this point, although his season's over as well. It's going to be a handoff to Coates. He's got an opening on the left side. He cuts in at the 30, and he's going to get tripped up at the 33. He had a lot of green in front of him, but he'll have a first down, and the Lions have a ton of breathing room and all the momentum at this point. Clock moving, 6:28 on the game clock.
Yeah, he's got that edge and he's got that burst. Nobody was catching him around that corner right there.
So Coates will line up just to the left of Mason Montgomery. Gaither in motion. There's the snap. They're going to hand to Coates straight ahead. He finds a little crease on the right side. He'll carry it to about the 36 for a gain of 2 or 3 yards. Make it 3. Second down. Backfield remains the same. 3 receivers on the near side of the formation.
I liked how Gaither came in motion right there, and then he was the backside blocker on that side, the block that end-man line of scrimmage. I mean,
they've been motioning him around quite a bit here tonight. Fake to Coates. Montgomery down the sideline to Montgomery, and it's a little bit too tall and kind of carried him out of bounds there defensively for Eastview. Diego Davidson. The pass falls incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 5:33 here on the second drive of the evening for Leander. It'll be 3rd and 7. 2 receivers on either side of the formation for Mason Montgomery. He's in a broken pistol with Coates just to his left. He sends Coates in motion, and now an empty set for Montgomery, and he'll hit a receiver who drops it. That was number 13. Or no, it is 13. He's not on our roster here. Unless that was a 12 and I was just reading that number wrong. Regardless, it'll be 4th down. The Lions will bring out the punting unit. And interestingly, the quarterback for Eastview will be back to return the punt.
he does it all, doesn't he?
Well, I think it may have something to do with the injury to Blake Honeycutt. So Rene Rodriguez will line up. High snap. He loses the snap. He's able to pick it up. He is able to get a little bit of a kickoff, and it's going to be a punt of about 7 yards is the net. So the Eastview Patriots will have the football in line territory on the 40, and really Rene Rodriguez did everything he could to get that football out of there. It didn't go far. He had pressure all over the place. One of the things the Lions have struggled with this season is the deep snap. And that's happened even in the offense. So as a center, I always cringe when I see a snap roll or a deep snap go too high or to the side.
The officials are discussing some, and the Lions are all pointing the direction. Okay. There was some kind of discussion there, whether the ball was touched or something.
So was the discussion potentially that it possibly was muffed?
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like that was the conclusion of the discussion. So a pistol formation for Guerrero. He'll hand off, and they're in the backfield to tackle that running back for a loss. You see, you get a number on
number
there?
53 right there. NASA pack right there.
Another one of those seniors.
Headhunting right there. It's like he teleported to the backfield.
So Javion Clater finding tough sledding here so far tonight in his
he's a big boy too.
Substituting for Honeycutt. You got to be fast as well as big. Second down. Guerrero drops straight back, throws it down the left sideline. No one is there. I'm not even sure who that was intended for. Potentially Sam Williams, number 2. But it looked like he cut his route off. That'll stop the clock with 4:42 remaining in the first quarter. It is now 3rd down and 14 to go. The running back will remain Clater behind the quarterback Guerrero.
And I believe Clater is the starter. I think they were just trying to save him for the playoffs. So they had played the other guy because
I got you.
10 carries was him.
Oh, so he was getting 7 yards a carry against Rouse.
That was him.
It looks like they fake a pass to him and then throw back the other way to the other flat to Alan Blaylock, but the Lions not fooled in the least.
Hey, this defense is coming to play tonight.
Emmanuel Ugo there to break that up after the completion, make the tackle. It is now 4th and 14. Braxton Hernandez will go back to receive the punt from Guerrero, and the second possession for Eastview results in a punting situation.
And I thought Virgil Garcia was going to have a pick six right there. He jumped up. He almost had that ball.
Guerrero gets a high one. It's a shorter punt than the last one. It's going to bounce at the 25 and go out of bounds at the 25, where it'll be Leander football. And there was a Leander line real close to that football as it was bouncing around. He had some coaches yelling at him to get off the field.
Yeah, we used to call snake back in the day. Whenever to come around, snake, snake, snake.
So what did y'all say when there was a turnover?
What do you mean as far as that?
So that the people would know to go block. Like when you got a pick, we would yell, Bruno, Bruno, and then everybody would go, you would know to go block because you knew somebody got a turnover.
Oh, we would just say pick.
I was just like, when I got it, I was just like, I can't believe I just caught an interception.
We all stone hands, huh?
Well, my favorite player was a guy named Bob Bruning, and guess what his nickname was?
What was that?
Brick Hands.
Oh.
He was a middle linebacker for the Cowboys in late 70s and early 80s. Nice carry on that first handoff to Coates for the third series in the Lions offensive ledger tonight. That one's going to be a gain of about 6 yards. Second down.
Man, these units coming to play tonight. I mean, they're putting a hat on a hat and getting movement, creating those holes for Coates to run through.
And he's taking advantage. So it's a tight formation again for the Lions. There's a fake to Coates. Montgomery looking to throw. The pass is complete. Oh, it looked like Gaither drops it. So it looked like he had it in his hand, but and he would have had the first down, but looks like he either got poked out or he was unable to secure it. Either way, it's third down.
That's got to be his first drop of the season right there.
The first one I recall.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean that it is, but, I don't have the greatest of memories. Montgomery. And it's a pitch to Gaither, that little shuttle pass after the fake to Coates that we saw Gaither get a nice gain on in that first series. The Lions had the football, and it'll be a first down Leander at the 38. Lions with tempo, tight formation. Jay Coates just to the left of the starting quarterback, Mason Montgomery. And now they're going to adjust the formation, send some wide receivers out. 2 on the near side. They're going to hand to Coates, try to spread that defense out a little bit. Coates looking for something on the right side, not much there. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, not much more. Second down.
Yeah, I'm loving these plays that are surrounded by Gaither when he's in motion. It get pretty creative, and the defense doesn't know what to do right now.
Yeah, it's definitely got them a little bit confused, put them on their heels just a bit. 2 receivers on either side of the formation here on second down. Looks like Michael Arnell, the running back now, and he'll receive the handoff, and he's not going to get even back to the line of scrimmage as one of the Patriot defenders had a little bit of a run blitz going there. It looked like one of the linebackers. It's number 6, Sam Arnett. Third down and 11, and we have a penalty flag, and it's going to be a false start against Leander. It looked like one of the Lion receivers, maybe that was Arnell out there, took off as Montgomery was doing that little pre-play call hard count that you hope to get an offsides on. Now the Lions, a lot of yards here needed to convert. And, again, this goes back to staying ahead of the chains. At third and was that about 17 or 18 yards is a lot more difficult to manage than 3rd and 6. Arnell still the running back just to the right of Montgomery. There's a snap, fake to Arnell. Pass in the flat. It's going to be intercepted at the 40. From behind, he's going to get tripped up at the 25 of Leander. And that pass from Montgomery was just ill-advised, a little bit short. And the defender from Eastview able to jump up and get it. And he gets up a little bit gimpy. That was Lord Isopunwu on the interception. Can you say that? Isokpunwu.
Isak Punwu.
His first name is Lord Isokpunwu.
This guy's serious.
Yeah, so about 89 seconds left here in the first quarter. Lions ahead 6-2. Clater, the tailback, in the pistol formation with Guerrero right in front of him, the quarterback. Two receivers on the near side of the formation along with an H-back. There's the snap. It's a keeper by Guerrero, and he's going to get wrapped up in the backfield by Virgil Garcia, and he's fired up. You got him a sack there, a loss of about 3. It's going to make it 2nd and 13. Ball now at the 29-yard line of Leander. Javion Clater just to the back side of his quarterback Guerrero in this tight pistol formation, a single receiver out wide. There's the snap. Guerrero drops back, looking that direction, has a little bit of pressure, flushes out to his right, sets up, throws to the middle of the field, has a receiver, and it's defended nicely down there by the Leander Lions number 6, Jackson Arnold. So it will be 3rd down and 14 here, the 3rd series for the Eastview Patriots. The 2nd series they've had in Lion territory. They have not moved the football very well against the Lion defense tonight. 44 seconds remaining in this first quarter after that incompletion.
Him and Mormon back there having a good time. The old 6'7" back there having.
Yeah. I've been seeing that everywhere since that podcast.
Triggered your algorithm.
Everywhere. I mean, they're using it as celebrations at Longhorn games. And there will be a false start before this play was snapped, and so that'll move the line of scrimmage. Really, I mean, it was already essentially out of field goal range, but now it's all the way to the 34. They need a pretty good gain to get back in what would be reasonable field goal range. You're looking at about a 50-yarder, 51-yarder from right here. Guerrero takes the snap, drops straight back. He's flushed out. Garcia's got him, and there's going to be a sack all the way back into Leander territory at the 45-yard line, and the Lion defense is
they are in tune right now.
Uncontrollable right now. Yes, they are. Just they're having a feast out there. It is a feeding time, as they say.
That's it. They're playing together. The camaraderie is there. I am my brother's keeper mentality. Like, I love it. These guys are over there high-fiving each other in between plays. Like, this is what it's all about right here.
So Braxton Hernandez will set up to receive the punt from Guerrero. The Lions don't look like they're going to go for a block here, and there's a good punt from Guerrero. The Lions will back out. It's going to be fielded by a line at the 1. That's number 27. He's at the 20, 25, 30, and he spins forward. Evan Linden, I don't think he was told to return that unless there was just some weird readjustment of returners.
He looked like he was out in right field right there.
Well, Hernandez, as soon as the ball was punted, started sprinting to the Eastview side of the field to not field it. My first thought was that they're wanting it to roll into the end zone, right? But number 27, Evan Linden, almost an over-the-shoulder catch. He didn't catch it, but he was able to scoop it up and return it about 26 yards. And there is a discussion being had by the referees. So I guess we're going to wait and see. Oh, that's the end of the quarter is what it is. They have not moved the chains, which is typical. In fact, we had a problem with that in the Rouse game, and the chain crew kept moving it. And so after the end of this quarter, it should be Lion football at around the 35, and they're still discussing on the other end of the field. Referee, the whole crew over around the 33, 34-yard line on the Leander, or the south side of the field. And there is a discussion going on with Coach Price at the moment. So the only thing that I can think of is they're going to try to say that he was down inside the 5 when he scooped that football up and took off running.
Possibly put a knee down when he picked it up.
Right. That would be the only thing I can think of. And we're going to hear from the White Hat here momentarily. Coach Robertson, the Patriot head coach, former line defensive coordinator. So they said it's going to be at the 33, first down Leander. Again, Bill Robertson, a former defensive coordinator here at Leander. During the tenure I've been doing these games, he's out on the field trying to get an explanation. He's trying to make the postseason, and you know he's upset and fired up. And the last team he wants to lose to is his former team. It's not the most recent team. He left Leander when Coach Price came in, and he went to Prosper for a few years, and then he was at College Station, and they played in the state championship game. They lost, but then he took the head coaching job at Eastview. He was a coordinator at those other 2 schools. So like it is in the coaching profession, you're looking for that next promotion. It's not always at the school you're at currently. A lot of times it's at another school. Still discussing it.
And a quick score here. Rouse is ahead of Glenn now, 14-7 in the first.
Oh, could be a game, though.
Some points
And
right there.
then last night, actually, Lake Belton defeated Chaparral 53-20.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that one.
They got that young running back. He's like the little Reggie Bush.
They're pretty good.
Yeah. Sophomore, going to be seeing a lot more
I tell
years
you,
ahead.
the top 4 teams out of this district, nobody's going to want to play them in the first round, even if you're a good football team. I mean, you play who's in front of you, but you want that at least that first playoff game to be a fairly easy one.
Yeah, back in the day we used to play Killeen or Bastrop, and it's like, all right, we'll get past that one right there.
Yeah, that's not even as good as your district.
Yeah.
At least back then. Killeen was good sometimes, though.
Bastrop is number 8 in their district right now.
Who?
Bastrop is number 8 in the state.
Yeah, no, they're undefeated this year.
Oh, well.
Yeah, they're very good. In fact, they're beating people very handily.
We used to call them the teddy bears back then.
So there has been a long discussion, and all of the teams are coming off and then going back on. What is going on? I'm really just at a loss.
I ran the replay. He didn't take a knee at all back there or anything. He fielded it just right. It bounced up, and he was up.
They're going to do it again. They're going to do the punt again. They're bringing out the punt return unit, and the Patriots are lining up for a 4th and about 35, 40 yards for a first down. Hernandez going back to return. You know, this is a do-over, I guess.
Can we get some kind of explanation from the White Hat, though?
You would think so, but it doesn't look like we are going to get it. This will be something we'll have to ask Coach Price about. Guerrero has a not as good a punt. It will take an Eastview roll inside the 20 down to about the 11.
It hit off the player right there, so I wonder if it's down over there where it hit, where it took the roll. One of the Eastview players hits their calf.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that. Right now it's sitting at the 10, but it looks like they're going to have to come to the other side of the field to start the second quarter regardless, so it's difficult to see where they're going to spot it.
Hit off his back calf right there and rolled back that way.
So that's why it took that nice roll. I didn't see that. But also the referees may not have seen it because it looks like they're pushing it down to around the 10-yard line. Make it the 10. So, I guess they didn't see that that it hit the Eastview defensive player.
Then they need to do that one over again.
I mean, you did it over once. Why not do it over again until you get the outcome you want? 1st and 10 for the Lions, the 4th series. offensively tonight. They hand off to coach straight ahead, nothing there. Number 58 on the or 56 or no, that was 58. Aiden Vasquez, the senior, on the stop. Second down. Coach remains the running back beside Mason Montgomery. Two receivers on the far side of the formation, a single receiver here on the near side. Montgomery with a keeper, a little delay, and then comes all the way back across the field. Tries to find the edge on the right, and he's going to gain about 4 yards to the 14. So it will be 3rd and 6 for the Lion offense. They started the drive with the game with an onside kick, drove down, scored a touchdown. They went for 2, had a fumble that was scooped up and returned by Eastview for their only 2 points on the evening. And since then, it's really been defensive play by both teams. The Lion offense has had more success, though. It's a fake to coach, a pass intended for number 29 is going to be well over his head. That's Luis Ruiz Williams, the intended receiver. And so the punting unit will come out for Leander with 11:13 remaining in the first half. And then will Eastview even send out a return? They do. It'll be their quarterback, Guerrero. How did you say his first name? Cormish. Cormish Guerrero. That Y is throwing me off. Oh, and Rene Rodriguez gets a nice punt. It's going to be fielded by Guerrero. He breaks a tackle, and he's going to return it all the way down inside the 20. He's still breaking tackles inside the 20 to about the 15. So, again, they're going to say even inside the 15 to about the 13. He showed a lot of speed, and that may be why you have your quarterback as a punt returner.
Yeah, for sure.
I couldn't risk the injury part of that. But Eastview's probably got similar number issues that the Lions do. You don't always get all the talent at your school to come out for football.
Especially with Georgetown down the street.
Yep. Pistol formation. Guerrero.
Get him.
Hands off. Nothing there as the Lions swarm and take Clater down to the ground for a loss of about 5 to the 18.
I mean, he didn't have any options on that play
No,
right there.
the Lions.
They snuffed him out.
Their run fit has been superb so far tonight. Clock moving at 10:33 in the half. This is probably the best field position Eastview's had. Couple of penetrations deep, but no success on the board offensively. Guerrero drops back, looking to his left. Pass is complete to the tight end, and he'll carry it inside the 10 to about the 8, and that is number 88. Alejandro Rodriguez on the reception. It's going to bring up a 3rd and about 6 yards for a first down.
And that's a great tackle by Tyree Smith right there. 88 being a bigger fella right there.
Yeah.
He wasn't scared of him, took him down.
And he got low enough to take those tree trunks out from under
Chopped
him.
him down.
Clater, the running back behind Guerrero. Pistol formation. There's the snap. Guerrero drops back. He's got pressure. He's going to be sacked. Who was that?
Man.
Big Timon Lawson with his
Timon.
second sack. Has a touchdown, 2 sacks. Just this highlight reel from this game, if it doesn't get him some interest from somewhere, then somebody's not paying attention.
I mean, the big fella's all hyped up right now.
4th down, and this is really they're going to attempt a field goal here. You're looking at a 38-yarder here. And I don't have the kicker's number right now. The kick is up. No good. The kicker, number 80, just hooked it a little bit to the right. He almost had the distance. That's Kyan Gonzalez, on the attempt, and so the great kick return results in no points for the Eastview Patriots as the Lions push them backwards, force a field goal attempt, which fails, and now the Lions come out for their 5th possession of tonight's ball game. 8:55 remaining in the half. That's a lot of possessions for the first half, and that shows you that the offenses aren't keeping the ball for very long. 3 receivers on the near side of the formation for Montgomery. Jay Coates, the running back. Montgomery takes the snap, fakes to Coates, flips it to Gaither, and he drops it. Oh, it pops up in the air, and it's intercepted. Did it pop in the air? That is a touchdown for Eastview. Number 21, Manny Williams with a gift. Gaither had the ball in his hands, and it popped up into the air.
Early Christmas present for sure.
Right into the hands of the defender.
Yeah, he just popped it right up. Just, here you go.
And so Eastview, their offense can't seem to score, but their defense and special teams have them with an 8-6 lead with 8:47 remaining in the half. The point after touchdown about to be attempted by the gentleman who just missed a long field goal, Kyan Gonzalez. Hill with the hold, and the extra point is no good. He didn't have nearly the distance that he had on the field goal attempt. That one didn't even reach the crossbar, and so it will remain an 8-6 score with 8 minutes, 47 seconds remaining in the half.
Sounds like baseball score.
It does. It sounds like we're in the World Series again. Got a little ominous moon here over AC Bible. If you're looking for something to do here on a Friday night, a mild, fairly warm evening. It's starting to cool off a little bit. I think we're going to get down to about 68 or so before we head out of here tonight. So come on out and enjoy a nice fall football game. I'm sure at this point, or at least by halftime, by the time you get up here, they're probably not even charging anymore. They usually abandon the gate around halftime.
You'd be surprised they got that new LSD staff now.
Well, everything's digital now, so most people buy their tickets well in advance. So Gonzalez to kick off here for the Eastview Patriots. Just want to remind everyone it is Texas High School Coaches Day here in the state. Come across a coach, thank him for what he does for the youth in our community. The Lions having a little bit of trouble getting their hands on the football and hanging on to it as Malachi Ramos tried to field that kickoff and ended up with the ball on the ground. He was finally able to get it. Not much of a return there. The Lions really right back in the same position they were in moments ago, this time on the 9-yard line, 1st and 10. This their 6th series of tonight's ball game for the offense. Just a reminder, it is senior night. We did crowd mic issues probably, but we did bring you the ceremony. You can go back and watch that. You can go back and watch a lot of senior interviews by going to SHN Sports under the Lion Nation podcast playlist and go back and look at those interviews. It's fun to watch them get on camera and their personality change, some of them. 2nd down. 2 receivers either side of the formation. Free play for Mason Montgomery and the Lions. Going over the middle to Passe. Oh, he had his hands on it. That would have been a huge catch. He laid out great effort there by Aiden Passe.
That was a great dime by Montgomery right there.
So it'll be a offsides penalty assessed against Eastview. That'll make it 2nd and 5. It'll move the line of scrimmage from the 9 to the 14. Boy, he almost had that. He was close. That would have been an incredible catch. Certainly a highlight reel catch. So 2nd and 5. Montgomery looks to the coaching staff for the play call. Coach, the running back. just to the right of Mason Montgomery. There's a snap, fake to Coates. Pass over the middle is complete. Jaramillo all the way to near midfield before he's cut down. They're going to give him the 49-yard line. 1st and 10, Leander. They're on the stop for Eastview. Lord Isopunwu. Montgomery fakes to Coates, drops straight back, rolls to his left, looking to throw. Has a receiver over the middle, and a flag comes flying in. That was intended for Gaither out there defensively for Eastview was Sam Arnett. The flag in the area of what could be a hold. And that is the call. They're going to say Jay Coates had a hold, and so that'll move the line of scrimmage from the 49 to the 39, and it will remain 1st down. The Lions need to get to the Eastview 41, so 1st and 20.
Yeah, he had his hands full right there. He had 2 defensive linemen coming right at him, so he had to make a business decision right there.
Well, sometimes you got to protect that quarterback, right?
Yeah.
That 10-yard penalty is better than your quarterback going down. Arnell in the game at the running back position. Montgomery takes the snaps, going to hand to Arnell. He's going to get tackled almost as soon as he got the handoff by Tyson Ijiwoku. So a loss of a couple on that play. He's going to make it 2nd and 23. So we got an empty set for Montgomery. 3 receivers, top of the formation, 2 here on the near side. He drops straight back. Has a receiver coming across the middle, and there's a penalty flag in the backfield. That pass is going to fall incomplete. Looked like it was intended for Connor Krebs. Or no, that's not Connor Krebs. Another hold called against the Lions. Eastview's going to decline that one and make it 3rd down and a long ways, 22 to be exact. And just since that first quarter, neither team has really had much success offensively. Eastview, all their points on defense and special teams here tonight. Coach remains the running back. Montgomery looking to the left. Airs it out. Pass complete. It is a 1st down and more to Liam Gaither all the way down to the 33, and he's finally tackled by Marbury there. And the Lions will continue down the field with 7:11 remaining here in the half.
That was a great play right there. He went down and found his zone right there and was wide open on that inside route.
Bunch of receivers here on the near side, and they're going to bring Gaither out of the game. 3 here on the near side. It's a fake to Coates. Over the middle, pass is complete.
There he is.
Ramos down to the 15, 10, 5. He's in the corner of the end zone for the score.
Jaramillo right there. It's
or
good to see.
Jaramillo, yes, sir.
Man, that's great to see right there. Way to answer back on that pick 6 right there. Just erased it completely. Great job, Montgomery. Great job, Jaramillo.
Yes, sir. The Lions finally back on the board, and they'll grab the lead back. 12-6 with 6:47 remaining in the half. Schneider to hold. And we got a penalty flag. I think that's going to be a delay of game. Schneider was desperately trying to get the deep snapper to make the snap.
I just want to say great composure right there. They didn't let all those holding penalties get them down. They got behind the sticks by a mile, and they were still able to come through with an answer.
So we have a different kicker. We have a defensive back, Braden Maricini, out there to attempt the point after. Snap, hold, kick is up from Maricini. It is good. And so the Lions will have a 13-8 lead here with 6:47 remaining. And I've done that all season. I've called Jaramillo, Ramos, and Ramos Jaramillo.
It was the neon gloves at one point
I know.
and the shoes.
I know, but I get confused in my old age.
I hear you on that. I'm right there with you, bud.
Except for the old part. You may be confused, but it's not because of your age. Anyway, like I said, 6:47 remaining. The Lions holding on to a 5-point lead here. Just got it, in fact. Great play from Mason Montgomery to the senior wideout, Dominic Jaramillo. He was coming across the middle, made a catch, cut inside one guy, and then just turned on the jets, and nobody could catch him to the corner.
Hey, but the play before that to make it all happen was that one to Gaither. I mean,
Yeah,
that was
that's
awesome
true.
Right there,
That's true. That play doesn't happen if Liam Gaither doesn't get that
The 22,
30-yard
yeah.
reception. Yeah. So back deep is Guerrero. I'd be kicking away from him. He showed quite a bit of speed on that last punt return.
A little bit of warp speed on that one right there.
And we'll see what Rene Rodriguez does here. There's been a couple of onside attempts tonight by the Lions. They got the opener, but then the second attempt went out of bounds. This one, a deep kick. It's going to be out of the back of the end zone. That's one way to ensure Guerrero doesn't get a big kick return against you. Kick it out of the end zone.
That's pretty good. It's not much wind, but there was some wind coming from that direction. That was a pretty good kick right there.
Yeah, I think Guerrero, if he wanted to field it, he could have, but he would have been about 7 yards deep in the end zone, and that's ill-advised. And you would hope your quarterback's a little smarter than that, and obviously Guerrero was. So the Eastview Patriots now behind will come out for, I believe this is their 5th or 6th series. I've lost count at this point. Tons of offense, just not a lot of success. Most of it on the Lions side of the football. The Patriots leaning on their defense and special teams so far tonight. Guerrero looking to throw. Pass incomplete. It was intended for Sam Williams. Couple of Lions there defensively, including Emmanuel Ugo as well as Tyler Moorman. 2nd and 10 now for Eastview. Clock stopped on the incompletion at 6 minutes, 44 seconds remaining.
That Lions defensive line is doing real great at getting pressure back there. They're putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback. He's making these ill-advised decisions.
Yeah, and it looks like the play clocks are out here in the stadium, and that may be some of the issue we're seeing. That when the handoff goes to the tailback, Clater, and he's going to get a nice gain on the left side of about 4 yards. So it'll be 3rd and 6. Ball at the 34. They need the ball at the 29. They need the 35. But yeah, the play clock is just not on. So they're keeping that on the field, and that's not a recipe for success. I'm hoping at least the referees are giving a signal. Guerrero drops back. Pass is complete over the middle. It makes a man miss, and will carry it into line territory down to the 49, and that is, I believe that was Marbury on the nope, check that. That is number 3, Alan Blaylock on the reception and yards after catch. Clock continues to move under 6 minutes. Guerrero in a tight pistol. Takes the snap. Hands off to Clater. He makes one man miss. He makes another man miss, and then he gets stacked up after a gain of about 7 yards. And those are the average he had against Rouse. You can't be giving up 7 yards on a run on first down. The Lions behind the chains a little bit here. 2nd and 3. They're going to fake it to Clater. Guerrero keeps it. He makes a guy miss at the line of scrimmage. He's going to pick up the first down at the 38.
That's a great tackle by Virgil Garcia right there. He's coming off the back end, and he still ran all the way down in his pursuit angle, and he still made the tackle. I mean, 2 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Guerrero has shown some suddenness in his coming out of his cuts. He goes from 0 to 60 very quickly. Looking over to the sideline as Clater to his right. Guerrero looking down the right sideline. Pass incomplete. The receiver cut off his route. Looked like it was intended for the tight end, Gonzalez. It'll stop the clock with 5:05 left in the half. It's 2nd down. The Patriots looking at the coaching staff to get the play clock. They don't seem to be in much of a hurry. And, again, without a play clock on the field, it's difficult to see when the referee blows the play. There's a snap. They're going to hand to Clater on the right side. He's going to get close to the first down. They're going to give it to him. And that is not the kind of burst you need to be giving up. Chase Milne on the stop for the Lions. Clock continuing to move under 5 minutes. Javion Clater, the running back beside Guerrero. They do have an H-back and a couple of receivers tight on the narrow side of the formation. Hand off to Clater on that side. It makes one man miss. He's going to pick up 5 yards. All the way down to the 23-yard line. I think the Lion defense might be a little bit gassed here. That's number 88, Virgil Garcia, on the stop for Leander. Second down. They're going to hand to Clater again on that same side. He's going to pick up a first down and more. Inside the 15 to about the 13. As they continue to wear down that line front. Lions bring in some relief with Tristan Nazapak. And they switch to a 4-man front, I think. And so Leander will take a timeout to discuss it as Eastview drives down close to the 10-yard line here.
Yeah, you got those backside linemen for Eastview coming on a counter play, and then from the other side, he's coming back to clean up that backside, closing up that door. So giving a big pocket for number 5 to run through. So we'll see what Coach Price draws up right here to stop that.
Yeah, they're going to have to do some kind of run blitz and some kind of when we played Glenn last year, we knew Glenn was going to be doing a lot of running of the football, and we kind of brought out a defense that was specific to that offense, and it basically put a man in every run gap. And it was very effective. In fact, it forced Glenn to change their offense during the game. I wonder if these guys have been taught that at this point, or if that was just a one-game kind of deal. We'll see. Because we didn't really see it this year with Glenn because they had changed their offense because of that game, I think, or lack of success with the other offense. First down for Eastview. Guerrero hands off to number 5, Clater, and he's going to pick up about 3 yards to the 10. He's driven backwards from there. Timon Lawson getting up off of the pile for the Lions. Also there, number 53, Nazapak. So the 2 DTs getting in on the mix. Second down and 7. Pistol formation with Clater behind Guerrero. They're going to move Clater up near the left side of Guerrero. 2 receivers on this wide side of the formation. Fake to Clater. Try to hit a slant, and it is complete to number 12, Isopukwu. But only a couple of yards gained, and it's third down now. Third down and about 3, maybe 4 yards. They got to get to the 3. The ball's on the 7. Midway math tells me that's 4. Pass is – I didn't see what happened.
That was a pass complete to number 5 right there, the running back. He ran a wheel route on the backfield right there.
Yeah, it looked like we lost our main camera, and so we try to bring you this action. Let's see if it's back real quick, Juan.
It wasn't.
Does he know?
Yeah, he's I guess changing battery.
So the point after attempt coming up. Snap, hold, the kick is up. And it is good. And so now the score, Eastview 15, Leander 13. And so we'll bring you the view from here inside the box. I'm going to probably have to slide the camera over until we figure out what's going on with the main camera. But stay with us. We'll at least bring you the action. Okay, and that camera is back now. Yeah, if Peter's wondering about that second monitor, it's here, but we didn't set it up. When you got to get here early, it makes it difficult to get everything set up. So Eastview with a lead. Short kick. It's going to bounce dead at the 30, and the Lions are going to recover it right around the 31. That was very dangerous business there as number 2 for the Lions, Dominic Jaramillo, able to get on that football. And the Lions will have it 1st and 10 from the 31 with 2:41 remaining in the half, which means they have the 2-minute timeout ahead of them as well as 2 timeouts in their pocket. So the offense can do something here. They can get to work and get some points before the half. They do receive the football to open the second half. So if they can get some points here going into half, maybe grab the lead going in, that does nothing but boost your confidence here for the remainder of the game. And it'll be an empty set as they come off the sideline into formation. 3 receivers on the narrow near side of the formation. Montgomery throws it to Jaramillo, and he's in the open midfield, and he's going to get tripped up. He had a lot of green ahead of him. And number 6, Sam Arnett, with a shoestring touchdown-saving tackle for the Eastview Patriots. Clock stops at 2:34 to move the chains. 1st and 10, Leander at the 44 of Eastview. Clock moving again.
And when Jaramillo gets moving, he gets moving. That boy picks
He
up some
does
speed.
got some speed on him. And the clock moving at 2:20. Again, we don't have a play clock. The Lions decided to huddle. They had originally lined up in formation. Braxton Hernandez lining up at the tailback position beside Mason Montgomery. Montgomery looks like he's coaching him in the field. Fake to Hernandez. Pass is intercepted. And that is number 22 with the interception for Eastview.
That was 33.
33. That is Jason Maholan. And he's going to return it to midfield. And so Eastview, with 1:53 remaining in the half, has some time left to try to get points going into the half. And so the Lion defense needs to step up here. They've given up 1 offensive touchdown tonight. The remainder of the points the Patriots have scored have come from their defense and special teams. It is the 2-minute timeout. Let's go on ahead, even though we shouted out the sponsors before the game, let's mention them real quick. The gold sponsors are Mercy Veterinary Hospital at mercy-vet.com and RDZ Roofing online, rdzroofing.com. The silver sponsors are Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, Mechanical Roofing and Exteriors, and 7 Brew Coffee. Our bronze sponsors are Texas State Optical, Austin Telco Federal Credit Union, Sisk Robb Incorporated, and JT Reisdorf with State Farm. Our podcast sponsors, Guaco Taco, The Lucky Rabbit, Daddy's Chicken Shack, and Marco's Pizza. Our Roll Pride sponsor, Plains Capital Bank. Our Lion Pride sponsor was Great American Cookies and Marble Slab Creamery, Blue Bottom Pools, Toyota of Cedar Park, La Chaparita Meat Market, Leander Orthodontics, and Leander Veterinary Clinic. We want to thank our sponsors for their support all season long. So after the turnover, the Eastview Patriots come out in formation after the 2-minute timeout. 1:53 remaining after that last play. The running back remains Clater. The quarterback remains Guerrero. You've got 2 receivers on the top of the formation. Again, no play clock. Guerrero takes the snap, drops back, throws it down the left sideline, just airs it out. He was hoping his receiver, Sam Williams, would be able to outrun Tyree Smith. Good luck with that.
Yeah, no, he had him locked up pretty tight right there, like a dead ball.
Yeah. So that'll stop the clock on the incompletion with 1:48. Second down. Clater, the running back, just to the right of Guerrero. There's the snap. Drops straight back. Guerrero looking down the middle of the field. It hits the receiver in the hands. He was open. That was Alan Blaylock, number 3, the intended receiver. And he's lucky that didn't bounce into the hands of Tyler Mormon. He was within about 2 yards of that football when it came off of the receiver's hands. So it'll be 3rd and 10, a 2-point Eastview lead. They have the football. The Lions hoping to get the football back after the interception on the last series. Clater and Guerrero in the backfield for the Patriots. There's the snap. Guerrero dropping straight back. He's got pressure. He rolls to his right. Lions able to defend nicely the pass intended for Caleb Hill, but Tyler Mormon there to break it up.
Got that Hawkeye right there. He was on that one.
So it will be 4th down, and the Patriots will punt. They bring Guerrero in to punt. So there's about 95 seconds left here in the half. Back to return the punt, Braxton Hernandez. We've seen a lot of different types of punts coming off the foot of Cormsey Guerrero. So we'll see what he does here. Is he going to, a high one? Is it going to be a low line drive? What do we got? It's going to be pretty standard punt, but well short and out of bounds. The Lions will have pretty decent field position at the 38-yard line. So really only about a 20-yard net punt for the Patriots. And so really no harm, no foul with that last interception, at least in terms of the scoreboard. The only difference is the Lions have only 88 seconds to try to get some points here on this. Could be their last series. We'll see.
Still have both timeouts left, so
they do. They've got enough time to get down there and try to get Rodriguez in a field goal situation, or they've had a couple of opportunities to get Jaramillo in space. We'll see what they do here. Empty set for Montgomery. There's the snap. Montgomery looking to his right. Intended for Coates, and there's a contact. So Joseph Buckler thought he was there, made a bang-bang play, but it looks like it's probably going to be an interference call. So they're going to call a hold. Will be an automatic first down, but I think that's only a 10-yard penalty. I think interference is 15. Let's see where they put the football. Game clock at 1:25. Long time to mark off a penalty.
Yeah, Joseph Buckler in 15 for Eastview right there was holding nothing but jersey as soon as Coates came off that line right there.
So that is a 10-yard penalty. Line of scrimmage now, the 48 of Leander. Montgomery and Coates, the backfield for Leander. Gaither at the H-back position. 2 receivers, top of the formation, a single receiver, and Hernandez on the near side. There's the snap. It's fake to Coates. Montgomery's pass is incomplete. They're going to say it was intercepted. Another interception for Eastview. Number 21, Manny Williams, able to get his hands underneath an errant pass. It looks like Montgomery might have thrown that a little bit off his back foot, and so it didn't have the velocity you kind of want to try to fit in there. It kind of floated, and it gave the defender, Hernandez, a chance to get underneath it.
as it was a bad pass, that's a bad call too, because that one did bounce off the.
It did look like it.
Yeah,
was,
he.
That's one of those
trapped
you
it.
wish you had replay.
And it's hard to see because he had the back judge was on the backside over here, and he couldn't see nothing back of him.
The umpire appeared, not the umpire. Yeah, it was the umpire. The umpire appeared to either not see it, or he didn't think it was an interception the way that he reacted. But it was the side judge that came running up and granted possession to Eastview. So a 15-13 ball game with a minute 17 remaining in the half. Eastview football on their own 34. Lions kind of lining up in a little bit of a prevent as they bring number 10, Isaac Montgomery, to one of the safety spots. Guerrero with a quarterback designed to run and gets a nice gain into line territory. He shows that quickness all the way down to Leander's 45. Only about a few seconds burn off the clock. Minute 10. Chain set. Clock should be moving, but they haven't cranked it yet. There's the snap. Guerrero keeps. He's able to make one man miss. Tries to get a little further outside. He was cut off there by the Lions' number 11, Emmanuel Ugo. So gain of 6. Clock continues to move under a minute at 53 seconds. Guerrero looking to throw. There was all kinds of movement, but no flag call. That pass incomplete. That will stop the clock, and it'll make it 3rd down. Late flag comes in at midfield. We'll see what that's all about. They're saying there was an illegal substitution against Leander. And I suppose that was on the last play. That's kind of a delayed call, but it's going to move the line of scrimmage to the 34. It'll give Eastview a 1st down. 45 seconds remain in the half. 15-13, Eastview on top. Clater, the running back beside Guerrero, with 2 receivers top of the formation. They have an H-back and another receiver on the near side. Guerrero takes the snap straight back. Standing in the pocket. Pass is complete on the Eastview sideline. That's going to go to number 80, Gonzalez, and that's another Eastview 1st down. He was able to get out of bounds and stop the clock with 38 seconds. The ball on the 21. No hurry because the game clock's not moving and you can't see the play clock to make you nervous. Pistol formation. That's Sinclair in motion. Guerrero looking that way. Has a man open over the middle. He's going to be tackled at the 1. That was a completion to Williams. There with a touchdown-saving tackle is Tyree Smith. Clock is at 33 seconds, and Eastview will use a timeout. They have 2 remaining after this one. You got some updates for us?
I do. Cedar Park just scored a touchdown at Open Burger Box, so it's tied 22-22 at halftime.
Yeah, that's Eastview and Georgetown?
Cedar Park and Georgetown.
Yeah.
It's Dave Campbell's game of the week.
Obviously, I meant, yeah. Eastview's here, so they can't be playing Cedar Park. But, yeah, and that is a good game. And Cedar Park and Georgetown, Cedar Park and Georgetown is a pretty good rivalry over the years, as they, in recent history, have been in the same district and generally competing for who the champion is going to be of that district. So the Patriots, again, as we mentioned, called timeout. There's 33 seconds. They got the ball on the 1-yard line. The Lions do get the ball to open the second half, but a stop here and forcing a field goal is the situation you want. Eastview's already missed a point after and a field goal attempt. So they'll come out in a pistol on this 1st and goal. They'll hand off to Clater, and he'll walk in right behind his guard and center on the right side. I'm not sure he was touched by anyone, so with 29 seconds remaining, it's a 21-13 score. And the Patriots will come out and attempt the point after. And that is going to be number 80, Gonzalez, on the attempt. Hold by Hill. And he does make that point after. It is a 22-13 score, so a 9-point Eastview lead. The Lions still have a half a minute here, a little less, and 2 timeouts to try to negotiate getting into field goal range. And we've seen all kinds of freaky things happen here tonight, a lot of out-of-the-ordinary stuff. Don't be surprised if Eastview attempts an onside here. It would be ideal if they did and didn't get it, because then the Lions would have less field to navigate, give themselves an opportunity to get in field goal range. It sounds like the crowd mic's just working moderately well, so we will bring you the halftime. Again, we apologize if they're static or you hear a conversation. You know, we have to move that mic essentially in the crowd, and they don't generally notice. They're generally unaware of their surroundings. So Isaac Montgomery back deep to receive the kick with Malachi Ramos as well, and Gonzalez to kick for the Eastview Patriots. It's going to be a short kick, fielded at the 27. Not much more progress after that to about the 30, and that was Braxton Hernandez. And so with 27 seconds remaining, the Lions have 70 yards to negotiate for a touchdown, and about 55 to 60, I'd say about 50 to 55 for a decent, almost automatic Rene Rodriguez field goal attempt.
Another quick score over at Gupton. Rouse leads Glenn 35-7 at halftime.
So Glenn didn't continue to put that fight up that I was hoping they would. The Lions continue to battle here against Eastview. 1st and 10. Coach, the running back. Montgomery gets the play from the sideline. Takes the snap, fakes the coach, drops straight back, and throws an interception. That was number 8, and he's going to take it to the house on the right sideline. And that was an ill-advised pass. Jelani Culpepper with the interception in return for the score, which is going to make the score 34-13 with about 17 seconds.
28.
I'm sorry, 28. They already put it on the board. 28-13. Point after attempt coming up. And Gonzalez again. So 2 quick touchdowns from Eastview, one offensively and then one on the defensive side.
That's their second defensive touchdown.
Yeah, but just
Yeah.
real quick in the last few seconds of game clock. Point after is good, so the score now 29-13.
Yeah, we talked about it all season, that turnover ratio. You got to be ahead of it. You can't be too far behind it, because then it gets ugly.
Well, and when you're building your program, and the program fell to where it fell, which we all know was beneath the standard for Leander, you got to build it back, right? And it's a culture shift, and you can have a stud player come in and turn your fortunes around in one season, but does that really build your culture? No, because when that player's gone, you're back to where you were, right? And so it has to come from the entire program. You've got, I mean, the most successful teams, even the Little League teams in their area, are running the same offense. They're running, the same basic defense, so that when those kids get into middle school and when they get into high school, it's not new to them. Anyway, 17 seconds remaining in the half. 29-13 Eastview lead. Gonzalez to kick off. And this is a high kick. And this is Ramos.
You got a sealed corner right there.
And he cuts in, and their flag comes flying in. He's going to be pushed out of bounds around the 35 with 8 seconds left. And more than likely an illegal block based on where the flag was thrown from and where it landed. We'll find out here shortly. Yep. So somebody was not looking, and they got decleated. You've got to get in front of them before you make, which is just crazy to me. You know, and I get the safety issues that come around football, but when I was a kid, we used to do bull in the ring at practice.
Oh, yeah.
And that was not something you wanted to make the coach mad at you about right before you did that, because you
They're
didn't
going to
want
make you pay for it, huh?
Yeah. You send all the big boys as soon as you're looking the wrong way. There's a handoff. It's Gaither with a nice 13, 14-yard gain to the 33, and that'll be the half. Stick around for the halftime show, and we'll be back for the second half. Right now it's 29-13. Thank you for listening to SHN Sports. We'll be back.
Mic check.
our section of the week is the entire class of 2026. Tonight, the Leander Band is proud to present their 2025 field show, Curious Your Experience. This performance is dedicated to our amazing senior class, all of their parents, families, and friends. Under the direction of drum major Mariana, Rebecca Smith, Kate Schneider, Ira Van, and head drum major Mariah Reed, the Leander High School Marching Band.
Welcome back. And that the Leander Band. Want to mention the Leander Band will be at the Bands of America Marching Championships tomorrow in San Antonio. They'll be performing at 1:15. That's at the Alamo Dome. If you happen to be moving that direction tomorrow for any reason, you have an opportunity to stop by and catch their performance at the Bands of America Marching Championships in San Antonio tomorrow. Please do so. The band works really hard. One of the hardest working high school bands in the area. And that is very competitive marching bands here in Central Texas. The Lions ready to come out for the second half. Here come the Eastview Patriots. As the half closed, the momentum the Lions had seized in the beginning of the first half had kind of faded a little bit, and the Patriots able to score a couple of quick touchdowns late, like in the last 90 seconds. Drove down, scored a touchdown, then got an interception return for a touchdown. Here come the Lions for the second half. And so Leander really, to grab that momentum back, in my opinion, they need to have some success on this drive offensively. They came out with a bang offensively. They were moving the ball well. They scored a touchdown on their opening drive, continue to move the ball well, but they've had turnovers, which have killed drives, and a couple of punts as well. They need to really grab some of that momentum back that they had at the beginning of this game.
Yeah, I mean, he's a senior, Montgomery. About time for him to start using them legs here second half.
Yeah, at this point, unless you play in college ball and you know for sure you're playing college ball, this might be the last 30 minutes of competitive football
with your brothers
that you play, right? And so you want to lay it out on the line. A lot of these guys, I didn't ever think of it that way when I was a senior, and afterwards I was like, take it or leave it. And then a couple of years later, I'm like, man, I really miss that.
It goes by quick.
It does. It goes by very fast. So Gonzalez will be kicking off for Eastview to open the second half. I expect to see Braxton Hernandez and Isaac Montgomery as deep returners for the Lions. And it's not Hernandez, it's number 8, Malachi Ramos, and I should have known that. He's been returning kicks all night tonight. Hernandez, one of the up returners with Michael Arnell. So Gonzalez puts toe to leather. It's a short kick. It's going to be fielded by Arnell about the 24. He's up to the 30. Tackled about the 34 as the Eastview Patriots do a good job of staying in their lanes and not giving any creases for Arnell to find an opening and bring that up the sideline. So only about 4 seconds burn off of the game clock as we open the third quarter with the Lions on offense. They will break the huddle on the sideline and head into formation. It will be Michael Arnell in the backfield with Mason Montgomery. Gaither will be the H-back. Oh, no, Gaither's the tailback, so they hand to him, and he gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Not much more after that. Number 56, Trey Marshall on the stop for the Patriots, second down. Gaither remains the tailback, Arnell at the H-back position. They need to send Arnell out in a route here, I think, from that position. They'll send Gaither in motion. Empty set now for Montgomery. The pass is complete to Isaac Montgomery. He'll carry it up to the 40 before he's tackled by number 8, Jelani Culpepper, the culprit that returned the interception for a touchdown before halftime for the Patriots. Clock moving at 11:04. Arnell, the running back. No, it's still Gaither. Arnell at the H-back position. I keep thinking they're going to switch them, but I guess not. They're going to hand to Gaither on the right side. He's fighting his way forward. He's going to be really close to the line knee. It looks like he's going to have it as the referees allow the scrum to continue beyond the 45 to the 46, 1st and 10 Lions. Little rugby scrum.
Yeah, that was a good hard-fought yard right there by Gaither.
So Gaither will remain the tailback, and Arnell the H-back. 2 receivers top of the formation. It's Dominic Armillo, and it looks like Braxton Hernandez. Here on the near side, we have Isaac Montgomery. And it's a slant to Montgomery. He's in the open. Oh, he loses the ball. And it's on the bounce, picked up by the Patriots. Number 32. And there's going to be a tackle out of bounds to add 15 yards to this penalty. 32 is on the roster, but there's no name beside. Or that's 33. That's why.
That was the one who had the interception earlier.
So it's Miholin. So he's had his an interception and a fumble recovery. That pass was hauled in by Montgomery, and he was able to gain about 10 yards post-catch. But he looked like he might have been bobbling it a little bit, trying to get a handle on it, and it just came out. So we'll see. The momentum, really, of the tackle carried him out of bounds, but, you know, you can't not throw that flag. I would have wanted it had it happened to a Lion player, and it will be tacked on to the end of the return, which should put the football somewhere around the 34. Looks like it's going to be the 37, 38. So Clater comes into the game with Guerrero in the backfield for the Patriots. They do have Gonzalez at the tight end, H-back position, and 2 receivers. Guerrero hands to Clater, and he's going to get tackled for a loss by Virgil Garcia. Really just ran out of bounds. Big loss on the play of about 7 yards, maybe 8 yards, all the way back to the 46.
Yeah, there's no stiff arm on Virgil Garcia right there. He's got a reach on him right there.
Yeah, he's got long arms.
Like the swamp thing.
He's a tall, lanky fella.
He's been hustling all night.
Well, the defense is going to have to step up. The offense didn't get that opportunity. They were moving the football, but a turnover stopped that. Clater out of the backfield, empty set for Guerrero. His pass incomplete there. Mormon on the defense. Great defense. Good timing there to arrive with the football. That pass was intended for number 4, Josiah Bowens.
Yeah, that was a great play on the ball by Mormon right there. He was just timing was just perfect. So he's always had an eye for that ball this season.
So 3rd down and a long way to go, about 17, 18 yards for Guerrero and the Patriots. We have some penalty flags. It may be even more, and it is going to be a false start. That's going to push the line of scrimmage into Eastview territory at the 49. That will make it 3rd and 22-ish.
Despite all the turnover, it's great to see the defense keep their morale and their identity in this game from when they started.
Well, when we talked about it, you got to play with pride when there's nothing else on the line. And there is nothing on the line other than Lion pride. So the Lions will take a timeout as they want to make sure they get that football back here. They don't want to give up any points after the turnover.
I mean, we're definitely behind on the turnover ratio. I lost count already. I think
it's a lot. It would take a miracle to get caught back up on that. I'm just the defense has really stepped up in those situations to minimize the damage that resulted from those turnovers. And their fumbles, their interceptions, it's just a variety of mistakes. It's almost like, did somebody grease our footballs or something? Because it's not really happening to the Eastview Patriots, which would seem like an odd. Usually that balances out at some point, at some level.
Some of that secret mud they put on those baseballs.
I guess. They need some stickum.
Right.
From back in the day. So the Patriots with third and a long way to go. We'll see if they run the football here or they're going to try to throw it. And they will give an empty set to Guerrero. Pass is complete, and it was a nice gain to Blaylock, but he's going to be shy of the line needed by about 5 yards. They're going to give him up to the 33, so it'll be 4th down. It looks like the Patriots will go for it here. We'll see if the Lions can get off the field, and we're going to have a free play here for the Patriots as Guerrero goes to the end zone, but it's going to be well beyond the receiver. So this could either be a false start or an offsides. Both teams are kind of pointing, or were pointing, but it looked like offsides to me. But you can't always see what would draw a defensive lineman offsides from up here. So it is an offside. Oh, and that will give him the first down. I was hoping it was 5.5 yards. But you got to hold your water in that situation, and unfortunately the Lion defense did not. So it should be a first down, and it is a first down. The ball going to be marked at the 28.
Yeah, Lawson was just eager to get to the backfield right there.
Yeah, he was ready to make a play. Guerrero will hand it, and it is a gain of about 6, maybe 7 yards to Clater. Off a left tackle, make it 6 yards. They're going to mark him at the 23. 2nd and 4. Guerrero hands to Clater. Or no, he keeps it this time. He's got all of that speed, and he just walks in untouched. He started inside, then adjusted outside, and just ran between 2 line defenders. Now a 35-13 score with 8:18 remaining here in the third. Out to attempt the point after is Gonzalez. There's the snap, holds down, kick is up. And it's good at 36-13 score with 8:18 remaining in the third. So the Lions will get the football back here in moments, and you just got to put that behind you and try to get points. He's got a burst, man. He goes from 0 to 60 really fast.
And it was that hezzy step right there that I was looking at. That it was wicked right there.
Yeah, it's a lean. It's a lean like I'm going to lean, like I'm going to go to the left. I'm going to lean that way. And some people, when they do that, it'll make your knee buckle.
Yeah, no, that's definitely an athlete right there.
Yeah, and you could see it there on that play as he did started to get outside, leaned in, and a couple of lines adjusted, and then he just had an opening. And when you're that fast, and you go from 0 to full speed in a microsecond, it makes all the difference in the world. I was always decently fast, but it took me a while to get to top speed. Right?
Right.
From 0 to 40, I'm still a 5-second.
You had to build
40.
it up. Right.
Yeah. But when it came to,
Once you were up there.
Yeah, I had a long stride, but you got to get there. And football's really not a sport for, too long of a stride unless you're wide out. And the Lions still having trouble with those kickoffs, and it's able to be fielded by number 8, Malachi Ramos, and he'll carry it up to the about the 24-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10.
I know I said earlier it'd be nice to see a good dose of Montgomery with them pulls, them zone reads right there. Once he gets full tilt on the outside, he's pretty fast himself too.
Yeah, the Lions they just got to protect the football here on out, try to get some points. You also, at this point, given that you're not in the playoffs, this game is a little bit out of reach, not entirely, but a little bit. You want to get some of those young guys some looks as well. A little shuffle pass to Gaither that we saw tonight.
Oh, man.
For the first time. He picks up about 6 yards to the 30, making guys miss and running over them in the process.
And what a weapon to have, Gaither, right there. I mean,
He's going to be gone, though. And, you know, that's one of the things about seniors and senior night in high school football. You don't get to keep those guys. They got to go live their lives. A couple of them going to protect our country and becoming U.S. Marines, which is not an easy task.
Oh, we appreciate that.
Them crayon eaters is what they call them.
Devil dogs.
You know the story behind that, right?
No,
the
not
handoff
about
goes
the crown
to coach.
eaters.
So Marines obey orders, every order. And during prior engagements and prior wars, when Marines were commanded to eat their entire MRE, oftentimes the MRE would come with a little pack of crayons to do some entertainment. So they would eat the crayons because they were ordered to eat all of their MRE, which included crayons. So that's where that comes from, apparently, I've been told. And that's going to be a sack by the Eastview Patriots as Montgomery dropped back, but that pocket collapsed pretty quickly, and things are starting to fall apart for the Lions offense here. Aiden Vasquez going to be credited with the sack for the Patriots. Clock continues to move with about 6:41 as the Lions bring the punt team out.
It makes you wonder why they had crowns in there. Was there a coloring book or something attached to it? Or
I would assume so. There's like some kind of little thing. I don't know, and I don't even know that it's true. I've just heard that a couple of times. Jelani Culpepper back to receive the punt from Rene Rodriguez. Punt's going to bounce at midfield into Lion territory and be downed by number 7 Tyler Mormon at the 49 or 48-yard line. 6:14 remaining here in the third. Yeah, I tell you what, man, those guys, that sacrifice, there's a reason why, and we talked to Coach about it one of the prior podcasts, there's a reason why they have first responder night. It's one of the greatest things you can do. You know, the Bible says there's no greater love than for a man to lay down his life for his friend.
Selfish, yeah.
And so people going into military service, especially those with the intention of serving, should be commended. Guerrero takes it, hands off to Clater on the right side. He's going to pick up about 7-8 yards, getting up to that average carry he had against Rouse last week, even though they lost. Well, the one positive you can draw from this, and I'm sure the district doesn't draw this positive, but at least we didn't do Rouse any favors here tonight. Handoff goes to Clater straight ahead, and Virgil Garcia's in there to make sure there's no first down on that carry, but a gain of about a yard, maybe a yard and a half is going to make it third and short, about a yard. Clock moving at 5:30. And again, we can't see the play clock, so I'm not sure how that's being managed by the Patriot coaching staff. When that happened in youth coaching, the referees would just tell you, you got 10 seconds. Guerrero looking to throw. Incomplete, intended for number 10, Caleb Hill. Out there defensively for Leander. Jackson Arnold. It'll be 4th and 1. They didn't mind throwing it on 3rd and 1, knowing they'd be going for it here on 4th and short. I can guarantee you this is going to be a run play. 3-man front for the Lions. No, it was a pass. And it is complete to number 10 in the flat, and he's going to have a nice gain inside the red zone for a first down. That's Caleb Hill all the way down to the 10, where it'll be 1st and goal. And you can tell the wind kind of coming out of the sails of the Lions here tonight. After just all of the breaks going Eastview's way, the handoff's going to go to number 5, Josiah Clater. No gain. Or I'm sorry, there was a gain, 5-yard gain, in fact. Second down. They're going to hand it to Clater again. He'll carry it down to about the 3. There is a penalty flag around the 4. Hopefully that's a hold.
No, that was, I think that might have been a Krabs, a little face mask right there.
Well, the good thing about that is you're not going to get a whole lot of yardage out of it with a half the distance to the goal penalty. You're going to get a yard, maybe yard and a half. They're going to mark it at the 2-yard line. The problem with that is it's an automatic first down. Clock continues to burn. It's 4:18 left in the third. Guerrero rolls to the right, throws into the back of the end zone, complete to Gonzalez for the score. That's going to push the lead to 42-13 with 4:10 remaining in the third. Point after touchdown coming up shortly.
And not only does he get the touchdown, but he gets to kick the extra point too.
Yeah. He's probably trying to run off the field to celebrate.
Right.
And like, turn around and go back and kick the extra point. The snap hold kick is up. And it's good. It'll be a 43-13 score. And so 30 points the Lions need to manage over the next 16 minutes of game clock. Not a very easy task.
Couple of scores here. Rouse leads Glenn 42-20 in the third. And Cedar Park is leading Georgetown 38-30 in the third.
I'm not surprised. Cedar Park, they traditionally start out a little bit slow, and as the season wears on, get better and better. And by the time the playoffs roll around, they, if they're clicking and they got the pieces, they can make a run. I would not be shocked to see Cedar Park get a win here against Georgetown and then turn that into a couple of wins in the postseason. Unfortunately, don't enjoy that personally, but their history has reflected similar runs. Back deep to receive, Malachi Ramos and Isaac Montgomery. Gonzalez with a short kick. It's going to be Arnell fielding it at the 21. He's at the 25, about the 28 where he's tackled. Number 24 on the bottom of the pile, that's Colin Burrell. So 4:04 remaining in the third. The Lions will have a possession here. Need points, lots of them.
Yeah, in the worst way.
Yeah. Eastview got 2 touchdowns in about 30 seconds. It can happen. You generally are going to need a break of some kind for that to occur, but is within the realm of possibility. But you gotta continue to fight. It's a microcosm of life. Sometimes life throws a lot of curveballs at you, and it doesn't pan out the way you want it to. But guess what?
You gotta go down swinging.
You go down swinging, and you fight until the very end. Got an empty set as the new quarterback is in the ball game, I believe, but maybe not. No, it's still Montgomery. Pass is complete on the slant to number 12, and that is Jaden Conley. So you get a gain of about 6, maybe 7 yards. And we have an official's timeout. It was one of the Eastview Patriots making the tackle on Conley. Suffering a minor setback physically as a result of that contact. It happens. 3:50 remaining here in the third.
I just want to mention something, too. During halftime, we had the pleasure of seeing Kay Schneider. He's listed as an athlete.
Yeah.
So he's definitely a man of different positions.
Yes.
But we saw him down there conducting.
Utility guy.
Yeah, he was down there conducting the band and doing his best rendition of the Mad Hatter.
Oh, so he was the Mad Hatter.
He was the Mad Hatter.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool right there. In full pads, helmet to the side, on the ladder.
He's a man of many talents.
Many talents right there. Great job, Mr. Schneider, right there. Ready to pump up the resume, if you will.
Yeah, didn't get a number on the injured player. Seems to still be being worked on.
Looks like number 8. Jelani Culpepper, DB.
Yeah, a couple of defensive backs on that contact there. So I just want to kind of look and see what the basketball's looking like as the football season comes to an end. They do have
How many years is it for Coach Bradley? Because he was coaching when I was in school, and I've been out since 2008. So
well, he's been here the whole time I've been around. So it was
17.
Sometime soon after. Well, I started doing this about 2012. Now I didn't start doing basketball until about 2017, and he was already here at that point. So as we mentioned, the Lions take on Vista Ridge in round ball on a week from today, and then the following Tuesday they'll travel to take on the Round Rock Dragons on Tuesday night, 7:30. That is the 11th, or I'm sorry, the 18th. They do have a scrimmage on the 11th. We will not be broadcasting that. Montgomery rolling out, is able to hit a receiver. It's going to be right at the line to gain. They're going to give it to him. It looks like that was Coates.
That was Aiden Passe on
it was
reception
Passe.
right
Number 19. I guess I need to get my binoculars and start using them again. We got a false start going to be assessed against number 70, Easton Brockman. Senior offensive lineman, going to play a little bit of college football next year. We're not sure where, but he's got a few offers.
He's a pretty big boy too.
Yeah,
so.
I can guarantee you that Southwestern University would love to have him. Well, I can't guarantee it, but just from my opinion, they could use him.
He's shout out there. There you go.
Well, they could use him.
Right.
There's a snap. Montgomery with a pass on the right sideline. It was just a little behind Passe. He had a step on the defender, but Montgomery just threw it a little bit behind him. The defender didn't even get his head around, so he never saw the football. It's going to fall incomplete. Second down. Lions need to get to the 49-yard line for a first down, the Leander 49-yard line to be specific. Two receivers top of the formation, three here on the wide near side of the formation, an empty set, in other words, for Mason Montgomery. So he's going to bring in motion Jaramillo, who will line up at the H-back slot. Montgomery will follow Jaramillo in the middle of the defense, and the Patriots have probably been waiting on something like that from Mason Montgomery for most of the night. We really haven't seen it. Tyson Ijwaku on the stop. Third down. It looks like Coates at the running back for Montgomery. Two receivers near side. A single at the top of the formation. Man in motion. Pass is complete to number 13, who is not on the roster. I'm assuming that there's a young man that got elevated from the JV this week. He's going to pick up a gain of about 3-4 yards. It's going to make it 4th and 7. Empty set again for Mason Montgomery. The game clock at 2:04, sitting static after the out-of-bounds run. Man in motion is Coates. Montgomery tries to hit Passe on a tunnel screen, and it's going to fall incomplete. That'll bring up a turnover on downs. The Patriots will take the football at the Leander 42-yard line. Just under 2 minutes left in the third. So I got to figure out who that 13 was for future reference.
Yeah, he's looking like he's going to be on the lookout for him next year.
Yeah,
sure.
He's not on the 2 deep either, so – I mean, there's always the potential that somebody's jersey got ripped and they just had to grab an extra number, but I don't know who that would be.
I don't remember seeing him either. So
I don't either. And so the handoff goes to the running back, Javion Clater. He's going to pick up about 9 yards off the right side of the line of scrimmage down to the 34.
He's got a Marion the Barbarian type
Yeah.
built right there around that ball.
That guy's rest in peace for him, too, Marion Barber.
Yeah, he was a good running back.
Yeah, he was. He was good in college. First down, all the way down to the 31. It always surprises me when guys of that caliber play at schools like the mascot's the Golden Gopher.
Oh, yeah. The Chippewas.
Yeah. I do enjoy a good MAC game, though. The Mid-Atlantic Conference. They've got some good competitive games on a. They used to play them on Wednesday nights on ESPN, so when you were jonesing for some football, you go watch a MAC game.
Sneak it in there.
That's the first time I ever saw Roethlisberger.
Oh, yeah. Was it Miami, Ohio?
Yeah. There's a carry by Clater. The other one was the guy. He's a coach now. He's like an offensive coordinator who played for the Jaguars for a long time. He played for Marshall in the MAC. What is his name? Played for the Jacksonville Jaguars for a long time. Of course, I'm going to not remember.
What position was it?
He was quarterback.
Okay. Not Brunel, is it?
No. There's a handoff to Clater. He finds a seam on the outside. He breaks a tackle. He's going to carry it in for a score. And Eastview pouring it on here at this point. And the Lions defense on their heels. That's going to push the lead out to 49-13 with the point after coming up. About 12 seconds remaining here in the third.
You're talking about the coordinator for
Byron Leftwich.
Byron Leftwich. There you go.
That was it. You remember right at the same time
Yeah.
I remembered. I remember he got a knee injury. I was watching one of those Wednesday night games, and they were trying to rally against someone. The point after good for the Patriots. And he couldn't run down the field, but they didn't have timeouts. So the offensive line were picking him up and carrying him. It was either him or Roethlisberger, one of those guys, during one of those MAC games that I used to watch on a Wednesday night when I was desperate for something to do.
I do miss those Wednesday night games.
I don't anymore, but my Wednesday nights are occupied over at Calvary Chapel, Leander. So
Okay.
And quick score update here.
Yes, sir.
8-point play for Cedar Park, so they now lead Georgetown 46-30 in the fourth. So the winner of that game will win the district title.
Who's winning? Cedar Park?
46-30.
How much time?
I'm not sure, but it's
Doesn't
in the
say.
fourth. Whoever wins the district title.
Yeah, it's probably early in the fourth, I would assume. This game running a little bit longer than typical, so it's probably midway through the fourth would be a good guess. Gonzalez to kick back deep for Leander. Malachi Ramos. And I think it's Isaac Montgomery. Yeah. And again to Arnell. Arnell carries it over the 30 to about the 32. It'll be second down or first down. I don't know why I said it was going to be second down. Just distracted, I guess.
It's been a long night so far.
We will also, contingent on approval by Coach Grissom, be bringing you the baseball season, which we've done for numerous times throughout the year. Handoff straight ahead, and it looks like that is
That's Coates right there.
And he got a decent run, about 7-8 yards. They're going to give him the 39. And that's the end of the third quarter. Been getting some updates from some various sources for games. It looks like Vandergrift is in a tie ball game here. I think they're trying to make the playoffs. They're right on the cusp. That's always a tough district. According to Peter, Vandergrift and Round Rock tied at 17 in overtime. Glenn has put up 30 on Rouse, so it's only a 12-point game in that one, 42-30. At one point, it was 35-7. Pretty crazy. You know, you could see that Glenn has talented players. Had Glenn never been built in that school, those
Have
students,
a powerhouse over here.
well, I mean, at the very least, we'd be in the mix for a playoff, for sure. We certainly would be more secure on the lines of scrimmage.
They had some big boys over on the O-line.
They did. And, you know, what big boys need is good coaching, because all of them are big and strong. They just got to get that footwork down, get that handwork down. It's all important. And based on your position and scheme, that can change. Montgomery has a little trouble with the snap. Is able to get it and try to get a pass to Gaither incomplete. It'll be third down. It's not the kind of things you can be doing at any point in a football game, but especially down big when you're trying to just get some points here. Now, third and manageable. They need about 3 yards. They need to get to the 42, in fact. Montgomery and Coates in the backfield. Montgomery looking over the defense. Looks to the sideline for a call. He'll bring Schneider in motion. Send Coates to the right side of the formation. Can't really decide, and they finally snap the football. Montgomery rolls to the right. Pass almost intercepted, intended for Malachi Ramos. Their number 12 defensively was Lord Isopuknu. So fourth down, Lions will likely go for it here. They keep the offense on the field. You want to keep the drive alive so you get some more points here. You want to at least get to your average, which is around 22 points a game. Coates and Montgomery in the backfield, two receivers either side of this formation, which is a basic spread formation. Montgomery's pass is caught. Oh, that was a catch. Malachi Ramos, they're saying incomplete. Or are they saying complete? No, they're going to say incomplete. It looked like it got tipped up, and Malachi Ramos was laying on his back and just reached up and grabbed it. That looks like a catch to me.
Yeah, he caught that one.
That looks like a catch to me.
Hit him in the chest, and it popped back up for a easy catch right there.
Regardless, not ruled such on the field, and so Eastview will take over with the football. In-line territory at the Leander 39. Clater in the backfield with Guerrero. No, it's a new back. Number 25 now, Wallace, will be the ball carrier. He's going to be dropped for a 3-yard loss as he took the handoff running towards the Eastview sideline. Second down. And Eastview content with allowing the clock to burn as they want to avoid injury, looking to be postseason ready. They do have some things to work out, I believe. Lions showed them some of that tonight. Handoff going to go to the tailback. No real game, maybe a yard for Wallace. They're going to give him up to the 39, so give him a couple on that carry. Third down and 12.
Vandergrift did win that game right now against Round Rock 23-17 in overtime.
Interesting. So Vandergrift likely to have an opportunity to defend their state title in the
they
postseason.
are in the playoffs, yes. They have clinched a spot.
So they will be facing some tough teams ahead.
Congratulations, Vandergrift.
Yeah, it's a they've done a good job there at Vandergrift. Not a big fan, but they're good competition to have in the district, and given that they're one of the 6A schools in the district, it's nice to not have to drive out there all the time. That was one of the
Right.
when we were 6A and they were when we were in the district with Westlake and Lake Travis and Round Rock and Stony Point and McNeil, they were one of those teams. Yeah. Vandergrift was also one of those teams that we were in our district, and so that's a haul out there to Vandergrift. It's a
lot of traffic too.
Yeah, well, that's part of the problem.
Especially down 620. That's not a
fun road.
Yeah.
So the Patriots, with their backup quarterback, able to complete a long screen after dropping the snap. That quarterback is Ty Burgesson. The receiver, number 25, Wallace, able to get all the way back to the 42 of Leander, where it'll be 4th and 12. So Ty Burgesson taking his time as the Patriots try to burn as much clock here in the 4th as they can between snaps. Burgesson takes the snap, and he's going to get sacked at midfield.
Man.
He did not see number 5, Liam Walters, come off the edge, and as soon as he turned his head that direction, Walters was right in his chest. Great play, great sack. The Patriots will turn the ball over to Leander at midfield. 9:09 remaining.
A great play with the highlight reel right there for sure.
Yeah, that's one you're going to go to huddle and cut out.
That's
if you're
it.
trying to get recruited, you're going to send that to the recruiting coordinator at the school or potentially the position coach if they're the ones recruiting you.
And Liam has got accepted to one of the schools he wanted to. It's not
there you go.
Yeah, not the Mines, but one of them.
Yeah, the Colorado School of Mines is one of the hardest schools in the country to get into. Gain of about a yard, maybe a yard and a half for Coates there off the right side. Slung down by a defender of the Eastview defensive line. I believe it was number 90, but he's not on the roster. So,
but I believe Liam can get into the Mines of school. He's a great kid. He's a bright kid.
Oh, yeah.
He's really smart. Athletic.
Thing is just because you don't get in out of high school, a lot of schools you can transfer into a little easier than the initial.
Oh, yeah.
Coates with a handoff is able to break a couple of tackles, gain of 3 yards. It's going to finally be tackled by number 17, Lucas Kidd. 3rd down and about 5. Clock moving at 8:12. Gaither in the backfield as the tailback. Schneider in the game as one of the wideouts at the top of the formation in the slot. Montgomery takes the snap. He's going to hand to Gaither. Gaither's going to be tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Number 44 there on the stop, Corey Williams. It's 4th down. Need 5. Lions almost send in a new player, James Washington, but they pull him off at the last second. I think the Lions trying to get some guys an opportunity to carry a football here or two, and they're going to give it to Gaither. And Gaither has a chance at a 1st down. He's going to be close. Looks like he's going to be a little bit shy, about a half a yard. So the Patriots will take possession of the football with 7:21 remaining in the game, a big lead, obviously. So the Lion defense will come out and see if they can get a stop here. Get an opportunity for some guys to carry football that don't generally get those opportunities. Well, on a side note, we had a successful compliance and ethics week at my corporation.
Well, there you go. That's something to be proud about right there.
My video was so well received that my boss told me that she was going to show it to the board of directors today. I haven't heard if they watched it, though. It's kind of scary.
You'd be a big star.
Well, sometimes you do something and you
They
get
want
put
more.
you get put in the spotlight, and then there are expectations. You know, being remote, living in Texas for an organization in Missouri, I'm kind of hidden.
Right.
They got to know about me.
Hey, Chuck, we're going to need another one of them videos about every 2 weeks if you don't mind.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
You have to get creative with it, get the director drawing board.
I should show y'all that video.
You should post it on here.
It's on my personal YouTube page.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's one that gets viewed very often because nobody knows about it.
We got to share it. Now that I know it's on there, I'm going to share it. I'm going to show the world what they're missing out on.
We need to bring Peter another battery.
All right, I got it.
We may have to switch cameras again here momentarily. Once we get him a battery over there, yeah. So third down, about 7 yards to go. There's the snap. They're going to hand off to Wallace. He's going to kind of cut back from the initial point of attack on the left side of the line. He's going to only pick up about 3 yards, making it 4th and about 5. Clock continues to burn with about 5:40 remaining in the ball game. Timon Lawson coming out of the game. Nazapak in the game. Fourth down. Patriots look like they're going to bring the punting unit out. Guerrero. He'll get the punt off. And it's going to roll towards Hernandez, but it's going to roll and die at around the 25, where it'll be 1st and 10 Leander with 5 minutes and 1 second remaining in tonight's ball game. And we want to appreciate everyone for tuning in to Lion football this season. Every year you start out undefeated. Everybody's ready. Everybody's going to win state, and sometimes it doesn't work out for you. So you build on that for the next year. You try to get some opportunities for some young men who don't see the field as often. The Lions will have returners coming back on both sides of the football. So they'll have pieces to build upon, but they'll also have pieces to replace some key ones. All right.
Boy, I think about 205 pounds, 210.
Yeah, he's not extremely fast, but he's got decent speed too. He'll get the handoff this time, and he's going to get about a yard before he's wrangled down by one of the defensive linemen of the Patriots, specifically number 60, Austin Vinklerick. Third and 2. Montgomery takes the snap, passes to Passe. It's going to fall incomplete. No frog in my throat. So 4th down here for the Lions with 4 minutes, 1 second remaining. They've only burned about a minute off the clock in these last 3 plays. Got to get a first down here, keep the drive alive. Otherwise, you're giving the ball to Eastview with an opportunity to really burn the rest of the clock off. And it is a first down by Gaither. He'll carry it up to the 37. The clock will stop at 3:55 to move the chains, and it's moving again. Lions wholesale changes on the front as they look to get some opportunities for the youngsters. A little experience out on the gridiron. Or maybe they put the starters back in. I didn't really pay attention. And they had the young guys out there, but they certainly were rotating some fellas in and out. Coates with the carry. He's going to pick up about 2 yards to the 39. Clock continues to burn at 3 minutes, 20 seconds. Ramos comes to add a third receiver on the near side of this formation for Mason Montgomery. They had an open receiver on the far side. Long throw from Mason Montgomery, but it was a little bit too long. Intended for number 32, Rene Rodriguez. And that's why the coaches were so excited in the Lion press or coach's box right next to us with such a big lead. They wanted to see their kicker get a big catch. The handoff goes to Coates this time. He's got nothing there on the left side as he's tackled by number 24, Colin Burrell. 4th and 9. Clock continues to move at 2:38.
Yeah, it's good to see some of these offensive line seniors getting in the game right now.
Yeah. And so it looks like they're going to bring out a whole new group of guys. Was that 4th down?
It is now.
Yes, it was.
Oh, they're bringing out the punting unit is what it was. So Rodriguez back on the field, not as a receiver this time, but as the punter. And with 2:12, he'll put his foot into it. Eastview didn't bother to put a returner back. And it's going to roll to be down at the 17 with a minute 59 remaining, which is the 2-minute timeout. You want to update us?
Yeah, Cedar Park now leads Georgetown 53-44 late in the 4th. And not our district, but of interest, Liberty Hill's really rolling over number 8, Bastrov, 42-7 in the 3rd.
Interesting.
That might be a business decision right there to rest people for the playoffs.
It could very
right
well
there,
be. You know, I think you may be right there. Although Hutto's a good football team. Well,
that was Liberty Hill.
Liberty Hill.
It was the Liberty Hill.
So, I mean, I think
They're also a good football
Yeah.
team. Yeah. You probably
you probably already clinched your number
Yeah.
one, so you might as well just go in and just say, hey, this game doesn't really matter to us right now. So.
Yeah, that would be the only reason is if they
Yeah.
were playing Liberty Hill for that first place spot, which is possible. Liberty Hill's got that unique offense that is difficult to prepare for. They call it a slot T. Very similar to what Glenn was running this year, but with more motion. Quarterback keeper, gain of about 2. Second down and 8. It looks like it's a little bit of a wildcat going on with Josiah Bowens in the backfield. Oh, no, they moved him out. He was just lined up at the quarterback spot. It's number 23 that's running the wildcat. And he's in the open on the left side. It's just a nice gain. That's Gavin Solden. He's a sophomore wide receiver. Picks up a first down all the way to the 34-yard line. Clock continues to move. We're down to about a minute, a little bit more. He'll take the snap. They're going to hand to number 25, Wallace. Not much there. Down to 50 seconds. Second down and 9. I want to thank you for listening to Lion Football this football season again. We appreciate all the listeners. giving us the opportunity to bring you sport we enjoy for a school we love and a program that we support. We really do thank you for that. Keeper there by Solden will pick up about 5 yards. About 20 seconds left here on the game clock, and more than likely that'll be the game as the Eastview Patriot offense heads to the sideline. Frank, build some roofs and be ready for baseball, brother. All right.
I'm ready for football season already.
Yeah, I know. And we'll get back to it next fall as long as you'll have us back. Lion Nation, thank you for listening to Leander Football for 2025. I want to thank the crew on production and giving all those great graphics. Juan Alanis, giving you all the camera angles. Peter Casimir, all the color commentary from Frank Rodriguez. We also want to thank Juan's son for helping out when he did. The few times he was able to. He apparently met a girl, so, hey, that's
that works, right?
It takes precedence.
Yeah, it generally does. But we want to thank you for listening to Leander Football on SHN Sports. For the crew, I'm Chuck Cracy. Good night, and we'll see you next Friday as the Lions take on Vista Ridge in round ball. See you then. Good night.
Go Lions.